What's going on, everybody? David here. It is Sunday, live stream, live on point. We'll call this. I'm still looking for a name, guys. So you guys need to help me out with that. Just a name for the show. I don't know what to call it. And I'm also gonna start doing like making them episodes. So every week have the episode, just so it's easier for you guys to follow along. Okay, this was a couple weeks ago or what have you. So I'm going to start doing that so people don't have to look at the dates to find out when the show aired. And also, I am going to start doing timestamps now. And this is something that I discovered. Well, I kind of knew it already, but I didn't know how easy it is to do. So if you're looking on your computer, and there are no timestamps right now, I'll do this after. It's going to be great because it will allow me to stream complete. Why did my stream? All right, looks like I lost you guys for a second there. It was saying the stream was complete. Okay, hopefully everything is good now. Hopefully I'm back. Let me know if I'm back, guys. So, yeah, that was weird. It just went out and then came back. At least it's saying that it's back. Okay, I'm just going to continue talking. Let me know, guys, if it's not working. If it's not in there, all good now. All right, cool. All right, so I wanted to start doing timestamps. So I'll have a timestamp in the description box, and we'll have all the different categories or the different things that we talk about. So let's say we review a credit card. I'm going to have that in the timestamp. Let's say we talk about something at length. So let's say 5-10 minutes, I'm talking about a certain thing. You guys ask a good question, and I want to answer that question. Or there's a good question that was posed, or someone answered a question in the comment section, but I think it's something that I should put a timestamp on. Then I'll do that. That way, when you watch the video again, or if someone's coming in brand new, I get it. Some of these videos are long, 2-3 hours. And I don't expect the average person just to watch 2 or 3 hours of video. So I totally understand that. So now having the timestamps, they can go to the description box, find out what they want more information on, and then just click on it and then go from there. These will also be searchable too, so that's another good thing, which means that if someone types in, for instance, Chase or Citi, when Citi did their little devaluation there, not devaluation, but when they removed some of their benefits, that will come up as one of the searches, so people can go in and see that that's a search, and then hopefully they'll click the timestamp. Before every video, or when I start a video, I'm going to talk about the timestamp. Then halfway through, I'm going to talk about the timestamp, and then at the very end, I'll talk about the timestamp. So people will know, okay, hey, I can check out. I don't have to watch the whole video. I can check the description. So just some new things that I'm adding in there just to make it a little easier for people to navigate through the stuff that we put out on the live stream. I think the live stream has a lot of valuable information, not just from me, but from a variety of people in here that are providing information. I like to go over all that stuff, and at some point, I want people to be able to see it. But like I said, I'm the same way. If I click on a video and I see, wow, 2 hours, 3 hours, I'm not going to watch that long. I don't have that much time. But they can check the description and find out some information. They might want to jump in and just get certain things. Or they might not know that this information's on there. I can only put so much in the title. And right now you see my titles are pretty generic. We're talking about American Express, Citi, and Chase, because I don't always know what the topic is going to be, right? We don't always know where we're going to go with it. So, all right. Now, one more thing, and then we'll get to the shout out. So if you guys are in the room, first off, please, or thank you for stopping by. Please hit that like button so we can bring more people in. And also just come in the chat. Give me, like Pariah just gave me like a little hand, like wave, or thumbs up, little emoticon thing. So just give me something just so I know that you guys are here. Or you could say whatever you want to say. But some people are a little shy about talking on a chat. So just give me some type of indicator just so I can see that your name comes up, give you a shout out, and then go from there. Okay, so, all right. The first thing I want to talk about is Flashpoint Capital. Jason will be on the show tomorrow. So we have a show tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So stop by, listen to Jason. He also has a YouTube channel, and he's had it for a little bit of time now, and he's really growing fast. I think he said he doubled his numbers in the last month, which is amazing. So he's going to be on here. He's going to talk about his travel credit card experience, and we'll just kind of go from there. And then after that, we'll have the Q&A. So I'll ask him a few questions, and then we'll get into the Q&A. And so you guys can ask him anything you want. Really down to earth dude. I mean, we've been talking for about the last week on a regular. So real good dude. So he'll be on the show. And my whole plan is to just try to bring more and more people on the show that are travel credit card related. Okay, so that's the main goal here. And one thing I've changed the way that I do my little spiel. Like I do a little spiel at the beginning of the video. You know, if you like, or what do I say? I don't even know what I used to say. Basically, to the extent of God, I can't remember how I phrase it now. But anyway, I've changed it to, I used to say this channel is about travel, exploration, and photography. If you like that, please if you like videos like that, please hit the like button. I'm changing it now to, we're all about inspiring people to travel more. And I'm leaving it at that, okay? Because not only do I want to inspire you to travel by using travel credit cards, which is I think is a really important aspect of traveling, affordable travel. But I also want to inspire you in different ways. Like I said, like last week I had someone on, Afro Guajira, Maya from Colombia. And so inspire you to travel in that sense too, where I have different people from around the world that are living in different countries. She grew up in Colombia, has lived in Colombia her whole life, spent about a year in the US. Other people that are like expats. I'd like to get some people that are expats on the show that are Americans that have retired or digital nomads that are living in other countries, just to kind of inspire you to open up and maybe if you're kind of on the fence. I was in a situation where I was on the fence. This was when I first started this whole travel journey, and this was 3 years ago. This wasn't long. This wasn't a long time ago, but about 3 years ago, I was on the fence. And my main hang up was, do I travel solo? Or do I always have to have someone to travel with? And I've gone to a few different destinations. A lot of my friends honestly don't have passports. The majority of my friends don't have passports. There's only one friend that has a passport, and I've traveled with him. But he's not always available to travel. So it was one of those deals where I want to travel more, but do I travel solo, or do I just not travel and wait for my friends to want to go with me to these different places? So I was that person that didn't travel because I didn't want to travel on my own. But I took my first trip to Paris, and that was the first trip I actually used points to go on. I took that trip by myself, 5 days, loved it, absolutely loved it. And it kind of got me thinking, and I'm this way now where I like traveling solo. I really do. Now, don't get me wrong. I still like traveling with family. I still like traveling with my friends. But traveling solo is a whole different, it gives you a whole different experience because especially if you go to a country where you don't speak the language, you pretty much have to fend for yourself. But you can do what you want. You can eat where you want. You can go to whatever excursions you want to go to. So there's all this stuff that you can do on your own. You don't have to worry about, okay, let's negotiate, or not negotiate. That sounds really. Let's kind of work and figure out what we're gonna do and all that, and then dealing with different moods. And I get it. We're all you travel and you have your different ways of doing things. My buddy that I travel a lot with, now we pretty much know we can't stay in the same hotel room. We just can't. So we'll do Airbnb. We'll have our own room. That's fine. We'll do a hotel, but we'll have our separate rooms. That's fine. But just being on top of each other, like in a hotel room, it just doesn't work. Like we're just too close, together, and no privacy. So so that's what I want to inspire people to do, to travel more and use these methods to do it. And I think points are a perfect way to do that. But all other things too that kind of go with the travel, the whole travel, the aspects of travel. So getting your first passport, so motivating people to do that. And I put out a video on getting your U.S. passport, and it's doing really well. Like right now, that's my best performing, highest performing, whatever you say, when it comes to views and all that. That passport video is pretty much the highest ranking video when it comes to passports. If you go on YouTube, type in U.S. passports or how to get a U.S. passport, how to apply for a U.S. passport, my video comes up, which is great, and that hopefully will inspire people. Once you get a passport, I think it opens up a lot, because at that point then you realize, okay, I could leave tomorrow if I want. I could leave the country and go to this place or that place. Or if you don't have a passport, then it's like, oh yeah, I got to get my passport first, and that's going to take 4 to 6 weeks, and I have to pay $150 or $145. And so all those things are the things that you're thinking about, and that can hinder you from traveling more. So, all right, let me give some shout outs now, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the show. And today it's going to be pretty basic. Okay, I don't have like a major topic. So if you have a travel credit card that you want us to look at, then just put it in the chat, and then we'll do a couple of credit card reviews, as well as if there's anything else that you want to know, any questions or anything like that, we'll talk about those questions. I did see something down low. I kind of skimmed through the questions already, but one was, how was VidCon? VidCon was okay. See, I went to VidCon 2 years ago, okay? And I think there's some valuable information there, but it is not a lot of information. I didn't get a lot of new information, let's just put it that way. A lot of this stuff you can get on YouTube, as far as, and my whole thing was how to really get my channel going and all that. So a lot of that information was already out there. So I got a few things that I'm going to try now that I hadn't tried in the past. But for the most part, yeah, it was pretty much the same thing. The same thing as the last conference that I went to. And then they have the way they have it arranged, I'm not really a big fan of, because it really they're trying to cater to three different levels. So you have the community, so you have the fans, right? So they really try to cater to the fans. I think that's their main focus, which is fine. I get that, because without the fans, you don't have the creators, and without the fans, you don't have the industry people, the people who run YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook and all that. So I understand it. I get the reason why they really focus on the community. And like, you go down to the expo downstairs, where they have all the usually what I would want is them to have a lot of camera equipment and stuff like that, things that are related to making videos, and they have some of that, but the major companies weren't there. I didn't see Sony there. I saw people walking around with Canon bags, but I didn't really see Canon there. Nikon, so some of the larger camera companies I didn't see there. At least they didn't have large booths. The people who had large booths were all the gaming and the kids, the stuff that the kids would be interested in, like Barbie, where you can go take a picture like you're a Barbie doll. I don't know, just a lot of stuff in there, and I'm like, what is all this stuff, and what does this have to do with making videos? So it didn't have much to do with making videos. It was just about the community. So that's just my take. Now I'm going to stop talking about that, because I'm losing people, I see. All right, guys, if you guys are in here, like I said, please hit the like button, and we will go ahead and give some shout outs at this point. So Flashpoint Capital, number one thing, what's going on, buddy? So this is the gentleman that's going to be on the show tomorrow. So tune in, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be talking about credit cards, okay? Travel credit cards. He has a channel as well, and so if you guys can jump over his channel right now and catch some of his videos, Flashpoint Capital. All you need to just type in that, and it will come up, and he will, and you'll get some information on him. And then tomorrow we're going to do the Q&A, so you can ask him anything that you want. All right, David, what's going on, buddy? David, where are you right now? I can't remember where you said. I know you're at a Marriott, but I can't remember where you are. Let's see, Jessica, how you doing? Dolly, how you doing? Let's see, Pariah, what's going on? Will, what's going on? And Will says, Sapphire, Sapphire card is fire. Yeah, okay. So we're talking, we already had this discussion going back and forth. Sapphire is overrated, and okay. Use the card that works for you. That's what I want everyone to understand. If the card works for you, use it. That's the best card. The best card for me is whatever that, just look at it along those lines. Okay. Move on down. Price says overrated and outdated. And what Sapphire are we talking about anyway? Is this the Preferred or the Reserve or just the straight Sapphire card? Okay, Nate and Jess, what's going on? Hey TEC, how's it going? Hey everyone. Let's see. Dolly, already gave Dolly a shout out. Gave Will a shout out. I think I gave Will, yeah, I did give Will a shout out. Fred, what's going on? Nice to see you. And we're just going to move through all the shout outs and then we'll come back up and then we'll look at some of the questions. Brian, what's going on? And let's see, who else do we have? You guys are really going at it with these. I hope you guys like the way I just kind of started a little intro and then had a little chat box open. So if you guys wanted to chat before we got started, that allows me to make sure everything is working properly and not be on live where you see me struggling to try to get everything working. Okay, Jeremy, what's going on, buddy? Casey, how you doing? And Ed, what's going on? All right, so thank you guys all for stopping by. And if you have not done so, please hit the like button so we can bring more people in. Share this with your friends and family members. And hopefully we're getting some pretty good numbers now. I mean, we're usually right around 30 people in the room, which is good. I'd like to have more though. So if we can get 40, 50 people in the room, that would be good. And then just keep working it up from there, because the more I do it on a regular, and I'm Saturday and Monday, those are the days that I'm going to start doing live streams every Saturday and Monday, or those are the days I've been doing live streams every Saturday and Monday. But obviously today's Sunday. I wasn't able to do it last night because I was at VidCon, but that's the plan. So hopefully through word of mouth and people seeing the videos up every Saturday and Monday, we'll have a bigger audience. Bigger audience, the better, because I want to be able to provide you guys with the answering your questions. I might not have the answer to your question, but I'm sure if you post a question, someone's going to be able to answer in the room. And the more people that we have in here, the more knowledge and the more people who personally have that credit card, and they can tell you, yes, I have this credit card, this is what worked for me, and so on. Okay, so yes, it looks like we started out with Chase being overrated. We'll move on. I'm in the Chase ecosystem. I like Chase. I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I have the Chase Ink cards, all three of them. Chase Ink Business, actually Chase Ink Business Plus, the Chase Ink Unlimited, and the Chase Ink Cash card. They're good. They're good to me. I also have the United Explorer card. I don't have any issues with Chase. I'm satisfied with them. I also have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, which I need to downgrade, but I paid that $95 annual fee, so that's the only reason I haven't done that. Okay, let's see here. Okay, just looking for questions here. You guys are really going at it with that. Okay, Price saying that Chase still thinks it's 2017. And you know, and I had a real major issue with Chase not making any changes when you saw Citi make changes. Citi, back last year, I'm talking about the good stuff, not where they are right now. But back last year, late last year, they announced they're revamping the Prestige card. So I thought that was cool. even though they were kind of pulling back on some stuff, but they were giving you some other benefits. And then you saw the Amex Gold just blow up with the limited edition card and the new earning possibilities. And so at that point, I'm thinking, okay, Chase is going to do something. They have to do something with their cards, and they did nothing, absolutely nothing. And the only thing that they did, and this was a few months after, then they do the Chase Unlimited, the Freedom Unlimited card. They did a 1-year promotion, so you can earn more for that year, 3 points for every dollar spent, as opposed to the 1.5, which is good. But that's the only thing that they did that I think was moving in that positive, that right direction. But and like I said, I was the number one person up there saying, what's going on? They need to make some changes. They need to do something. But they didn't. But now what are we looking? What are we seeing? We're seeing the cards, we're seeing American Express and we're seeing Citi start to change some of the things that they were doing, like devalue some of the benefits that they were putting out there. And the main one, Amex Platinum with the Priority Pass lounge, they're now not allowing you to do the restaurant credit, or at least they're gonna discontinue that. So that's a huge thing, I think, for a lot of people like me who would like to have a meal at the airport, and you can't get that at a Priority Pass lounge. Most Priority Pass lounges, they're not going to have a full-on meal. You are going to be eating snacks, and you'll have something to drink. You might have some alcohol, but you're not going to be able to just sit down and have a ready-made meal, like a meal prepared for you. If they have any food at all, it's already going to be, buffet style, and usually it's not much. Usually they don't provide that much. So it's interesting to see that they didn't make any changes. Chase didn't make any changes, but American Express and Citi started to make some changes in the wrong direction. And maybe Chase knew this. Maybe they knew, this is not sustainable. They might be offering these big perks, or these different perks, or revamping cards, but eventually they're going to have to come down off of, make some changes when it comes to the benefits that they're providing. So, or limit the benefits that they're providing. So, I don't know. But my only gripe when it comes to Chase at this point, Chase Sapphire Reserve, I think, is a great card. The Chase Sapphire Preferred is not a great card anymore if you're in that Chase ecosystem, because it's a worthless card. If I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Chase Sapphire Preferred is no longer a card that I need or want, or could get, because you can't get it anymore. So if you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you can't get the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Vice versa. If you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you can upgrade to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but you can't have both cards. So I think it's a waste. I think Chase is wasting this card, because a person who gets a Chase Sapphire Reserve, they're deep into the game. They're deep into the travel credit card game. So if that's the case, give them another card that they'll use, that they'll use. So if you have and I've said this in previous videos, I'm going to keep saying it until Chase does this. Give us a Chase Sapphire Preferred Plus, Preferred something or other. I don't know. Make it a $250 annual fee or a $150 annual fee. Offer maybe a travel credit with the card. Give us some benefits that are outside of, you don't even have to give us benefits that are travel, but give us some benefits that are the grocery stores, or the something else. Just give us something else where we can get 4 points for every dollar spent on something else. And you don't even have to have two categories. You could just have one. And I think people would jump on that card. I would jump on it. If it made sense and I can get those benefits every year, I would jump on it. Maybe give us one thing that I think these travel credit cards should do. I know they offer the travel protection and all that, but I think they should be giving us credit so we can get like a third-party travel insurance, because the third-party travel insurance is a lot better than what the credit card companies are giving. So I would not be opposed to them working out a partnership with one of these companies and allowing us to get additional, additional travel credit, something with like a medical benefits, like medical insurance, just when you're traveling, just when you're going to wherever, because that is big, and a lot of cards don't offer that. Actually, no cards offer it. The only one that offers something is the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and they will give you, I think it's $2,500 worth of like medical. So if you were to break your arm or your leg or something like that, you have that $2,500 to help you pay for the hospital bill, which in some cases the hospital bill can be really expensive, and you have to pay for that while you're there. If you don't have insurance, like if I have insurance in the U.S., it's not going to apply for me in another country, so I'm going to need something. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on. I don't want to get too much into the whole Chase Amex thing. I do like both ecosystems. Okay. I see positives in both ecosystems. I just personally have the Chase ecosystem now. I will jump into the Amex ecosystem right now, and I'm going to do a video about this, so a little more detail. But I'm holding off right now on the American Express Gold and the Platinum, and the reason why, I think they're going to be doing a promotion soon. I'm just going to put it that way. I think that there are indicators there. The one thing is they pulled back from the Priority Pass restaurant credit. I don't see a reason why they would do that and not have something to replace it. I know American Express, they do some really good things when it comes to travel, and they're professional. They're good at their job. Okay, American Express is good at their job when it comes to travel credit cards and providing people really good benefits. So I know there's something coming down, and I'm thinking once they launch whatever that is, if it's a new lounge series or if it's new credits for restaurants, when they launch that, I think they're gonna have some nice sign-up bonuses to really get everyone going. So that's why I'm waiting. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens with that. I don't need to get any credit cards right now. Right now I'm still hitting the minimum spend on the Chase Inc. Cash card, which, by the way, is a great card to get. Chase Inc. Cash, 50,000 sign-up bonus. It's a business card, so you do need to have a business. But if you sell stuff on the side, you sell on eBay, you sell on Amazon, or you make money doing something outside of your regular job, you qualify for sole proprietor, and you can apply with sole proprietor. You don't have to have a tax ID. You can use your social security number if you want to do that. And you can get the cards. I have four business cards. I have four business cards, and all through Chase. I have all the Chase Inc. cards, and then I have the United Explorer business card, and I have a photography business. I do it part-time. I have a regular full-time job. I shoot maybe three to four weddings per year, and that's it. Okay, and then I do sell my prints as well. So I have prints that I'm selling on Amazon. But other than that, that's it. And actually, the prints I need to re-up, because all my prints they've been sold, and I didn't get in for the Prime Day. So now I need to wait, and then I'll put some more prints up for sale. Okay, all right. We'll go ahead and move on down. I like the discussion though. Maybe I'm just going to keep the titles the same every time. I'll just put American Express versus Chase, and that'll just bring everybody in the room, and then we'll hash it out. But ultimately, I think they're the two top. Obviously, I don't think anyone can argue that they're the two top credit card companies when it comes to travel. They're the two top ones. And use the card that works for you. There are a lot of different reasons why you might want to jump on American Express cards as opposed to jumping on Chase. I do think that if you want to have a portfolio of credit cards, then you're probably going to want to start with Chase just because of the rules that they have. That 524 rule is really or really making people jump Chase first, so get the Chase cards first, and then move over to American Express. But I think they're equal when it comes to the value that you can get out of these cards, and the point values are very, very, very similar. Okay, let's see. Let's move on down here. Any questions specifically for me? Just put at TEC, and then I'll address those questions, as well as credit cards. If you guys want to review a credit card, just let me know. Just put the credit card name up and say, hey, can you review this card? And then we'll pull it up and do a review there. Let me switch my screen here so we can see the chat. Okay. Okay, so Will Sharp says, outdated, question mark, huh, question mark. So I think that was, someone said that Chase was outdated. Amex and Citi are cutting benefits left and right. Chase is staying strong. Yeah, I agree with Will, and Flashpoint agrees with him as well. And like I said, I think Chase is kind of playing that, what is it, the tortoise and the rabbit? What? I can't, never mind. You know, when you were a kid, the rabbit and the turtle, the tortoise. How the rabbit is running all, doing all this stuff and showboating or whatever you want to call it. And the tortoise is just staying steady and getting the job done, right? And so I think it's the same thing. I think Chase is just, they're staying strong. They're doing what they need to do. They know their number. I mean, I think at this point, well, I don't think American Express has to make any real big changes, but I just think the way that everything played out is they had some positive stuff, but then they had some negative stuff as well. I do think that they were smart in some of the negative stuff. They jumped on it. They jumped back on it with the positive. So they got off that news story. So you had something negative like the American Express Platinum when they announced that Priority Pass restaurant credit is no longer going to be used, or they're no longer going to use that. Then they jumped right back on there and said, hey, guess what? We are relaunching our Rose Gold, which is, some people liked, but a lot of people who have that Rose Gold didn't like. They didn't like the fact that American Express initially said limited time offer. Once this is gone, it's gone. We're not gonna allow you to get this Rose Gold color anymore. So a lot of people said, oh, well, I need to jump on it. And they jumped on it. They got that Rose Gold. And then now, what do? They open it back up. And I think that was for some people who don't have it and who wanted to get it, now that's good for them. But I think it was a mistake for American Express to do that, because what they could have done is just change the color to something else, another unique color. And they could do this every 6 months if they wanted to. And yeah, they could have done that. So I'm surprised they didn't go that route. But at that point, that's when the whole restaurant thing, they announced the worldwide restaurant earnings. So that was good. So they're kind of following up bad stories with good. Citi didn't do that. Citi did it the other way. They announced, oh, we're relaunching the Prestige card and all that, and then now you come out with the removal of the travel insurance, or most of the travel insurance benefits. All right, let's see here. Dolly says, I really like Chase at Pariah. I would make Chase better, or let's see. What would make Chase better in your opinion? Let's see. I prefer the real strong. All right, we're going to skip through. I don't know if Pariah answered that question. Use OCR points for hotel stays, book business class. All right, we're going to skip some of the stuff because you guys are talking back and forth, and it might not make sense if I'm just reading it out, because I might miss something, and you're like, hey, you missed something. Let's see. Will makes a statement here. Chase has the best lineup of cards for me. I earn more points with Chase by 10,000 a year every year. My Amex setup. If you just look at one card, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, Will, you make a good point there. Just looking at one card, I'm looking at an ecosystem. I'm looking at cards that I can use together. And that's why I have that gripe about the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It just seems like it's a wasted space there, where you can have another card that would even make that ecosystem that much stronger. So, and I'm not even. I think you have the Chase Freedom card and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Get rid of one of them. You don't need to have, in just my opinion, you don't need to have two. You can get rid of the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Let's just say get rid of that one, 1.5% across the board. It's okay, but most people, we're past that, right? We're past that 1.5. We want 2%. That's pretty much everyone wants 2% or more. So get rid of that card, revamp the Chase Sapphire Preferred, make it a Chase Sapphire Preferred Plus, and then give us some benefits out of that. I know Chase right now, they're doing the promotion with the Unlimited card, the Ink Unlimited, or not the Ink Unlimited, I'm sorry, the Chase Freedom Unlimited, they're doing that promotion. But it would have been nice, or even, it would have been nice to keep the Chase Freedom Unlimited the way it is, and then do a promotion with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I don't know, like do something to make us want to get that card, or to allow us to get that card. Actually, you can't even get it right now, so it would, if you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, it would be, yeah, I don't know. Something needs to be changed, and we'll have to see what they do here. Okay, Flashpoint, let's see, Chase revamp would be nice, but with all the benefits, it's definitely the best city. Yeah, and like I said, it's to each his own. I think Chase is the best. I really enjoy their cards. Um, let's see. Okay. And then say after cutting benefits, and Amex is on its way there too. If they don't, wise. Yeah. So, yeah, and I've always said Mercedes-Benz, BMWs. You have Chase and you have American Express. They're two luxury cars is the way I look at them, and they both offer luxury, and it's just kind of which one do you like better? That's the way I look at it. I don't see one as just like far better than the other. That's just my opinion. Enjoy the Hyatt house stay. Let's see. So is that a question for me, Pariah? I didn't stay at the Hyatt house. I did stay at Hyatt Place. But if you're asking that question, then I'll just go ahead and answer it. Or maybe someone else stayed at Hyatt house. I don't know. But or maybe you stayed at Hyatt house. I don't know. Anyway, my stay was good. I stayed at the Hyatt Place last 3 days. Just got back today. The only issue that I had, and I saw an article. This is interesting because I saw an article about was it Marriott, that they have these hidden fees and they're being sued right now because of it. And it's funny because, and they called it a tax when I talked with them, but on my receipt, it said fee. So basically, I stayed for free. I used 12,000 points each night at the Hyatt Place in Anaheim, and it's right next to the Anaheim Convention Center. So prime real estate, and they just overcharge the heck out of you there. I mean, they do for everything. That whole area, not just Hyatt, but all the hotels there. It costs $22 to park, which is ridiculous. And so anyway, at the end of my stay, they usually slide that receipt underneath the door. They slid the receipt under the door, and it's $75 or $77. So when I went in, I did ask them how much parking was. They said $22. So when I got my receipt, it's $22 plus a transient something fee of $3 or something like that. I'm thinking, what? A transient fee? And my whole gripe is this. Just tell me that fee is on there. Just tell me that it's $25. That's all I care about. And so when I did approach them downstairs, oh no, it's a tax. You know, there's a tax that's on there. So some type of transient tax fee is on there. But Marriott, they're going through an issue right now because they were they had fees that were hidden fees, fees that are not listed. And then once you stay there, then you check out and you get these different fees that they're tacking on. And I'm sure hotels and Hyatt's no different than any of these other hotels. They do that. They put these little hidden fees that are in there. So you really have no recourse at that point because you've already stayed there, right? And they tell you, usually they don't tell you how much the room is, how much everything is going to be up front. At least in my experience, they don't. They will go over, and usually I like to try to stay for free. So they'll go over how much, like what you've got. Okay, it looks like you're staying here for whatever the rate is of the room. But the fees and all that other stuff, they usually don't tell you anything about that. So I thought it was interesting. I was a little irritated. I did go up and talk. I went downstairs and did talk to them about it. I know we're talking $3, but $3 per night, and I just wanted to know, like what is this fee and why is it on here? I could see if it was regular tax, put sales tax, but it didn't say sales tax. It said transient fee, something or other. So just one of those things, man. I don't know. They nickel and dime you, and like I said, that property, that area, it's ridiculous. $22 for parking, and I'm parking it myself. Like it's self-park, that'll be $22 just to be sitting on the lot. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Mind you, I was in Kauai at the Grand Hyatt luxury hotel, free parking. Free parking. And they had a huge parking lot too. I mean, it wasn't, wow. Yeah, that baffles me. It really does. Okay. And don't even get me on resort fees. That's a whole nother, yeah, just ridiculous. All right, Nate and Jess, Chase Freedom Unlimited has been the workhorse, hauling 11,000 points within the first statement and paying bills and routine spend, 3 times points on everything, first year. Okay, TC, I'll drop you guys a referral link. Look at them selling it to us. The referral links, Nate and Jess, go to a Facebook group. We have a pinned post. You can put referral links in there. But I don't want to have too many referral links just coming out on the chat because everybody would be just jumping in here, referral link. That's all we'd see. But the Facebook group is a great place to put referral links. And that brings me to the Facebook group. If you guys have not joined the Facebook group, please do so. We have a lot of information in there. We talk a lot about travel credit cards and travel. I also have, we also have a WhatsApp group. And that is, I'm starting to get more and more people that are coming in. And that's just a great place to talk. If you want to talk with me directly, the thing about Facebook, I like Facebook because stuff is there. It's easy to search. You can just kind of scroll up and down. It's not too hard to find the information that you're looking for. And then there are pinned posts in there so you can find things easier that way. So I like that format. However, for a more personal experience, if you want to talk to me directly, offline, like not on a live stream or something like that, the WhatsApp group is the place to go because you can ask me questions, you can ask people in the group questions, and get a pretty quick response. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like typing. Okay, so I don't like going through and typing all the different, I don't. WhatsApp group, I just get on there and talk. And most of whoever's in the WhatsApp group knows I pretty much just get on there and say whatever I'm going to say, as opposed to typing. It just works for me a lot better. So if I read something and say, okay, yeah, let me respond, and then I'll just go on there and talk. So WhatsApp group, join the WhatsApp group. What I'll do is, can I pull that up? Yeah, I think I have a link. I will pull up a link for that. And the Facebook group as well. Now the Facebook group I won't pull up the link right now, but it will be in the description. So if you want to check that out later, you can. And then it'll also be in the comment section. So I usually pin a comment. So I'll have the comment in the comment section. You can just go there and it'll be the first comment there in that section. So if you guys are watching this video after the fact, you'll be able to find it there. As well as if you are watching this video and it's not live, I will put timestamps on the important parts, or I shouldn't say the important parts, but the key parts. If there's something that we discuss that I think is something that you might want to just skip right to, then I'll put it in the timestamp, and that will be in the description as well, so you don't have to watch the whole video. If you've already started watching it and what we're 53 minutes in and you're like, oh, how long is this going to last? Well, you can just jump to the timestamp and then go back and forth too, which is great. So you'll know exactly how you can navigate through. So all my live streams from now on, I will be putting timestamps in there. Now the timestamps, if you're on the computer, it's easy because that little link, you just click the link and it'll take you right there. On the mobile, for whatever reason, they haven't done that yet, so you can't just click on because basically what you do is I have the time that the video was, the time that I talked about whatever subject it is. So I'll have the time on the left side, and then they'll have the subject, whatever it is. For the mobile, you can't just click on it. So you'll have to look at it, and you'll look at the time, and then you can just scroll to whatever the time is on the bottom there. So hopefully the mobile app, I would think the mobile app will get to that point where you can just click on it and it'll be a link and it'll take you right there. Okay, and also too, because it's just a link like that, you can, I think, you know what? I don't know yet, so I won't say that. I was gonna say, like, if you wanted to share just a specific portion of a video, you can do it on your own if you just go to that portion of the video. Let's say your friend had a question about something and I answered it in the live stream. Well, you just go to that point and you right click and it'll open up a little box. You can say copy URL from time or whatever, something like that. Just click that and then you can just send them that link. So when they click on it, it takes you right to that section, so they don't have to wait, watch the whole video. All about trying to make this easier for people to navigate and not have to, I don't want to waste people's time, okay? Let's just be honest. I don't want to waste people's time. I do want to give them good information, and if I can avoid, I'm trying to pull this up right now. If I can avoid wasting people's time, then that would be good, okay? All right, copy link here. Okay, so we're just going to post this. So this is a WhatsApp group. Jump on in the WhatsApp group now. I have it. It's free right now. I'm not charging anything. We're opening up the group. We just launched it like 2-3 weeks ago. So at some point I will close it off and it won't be free anymore. And I will, there'll be a fee attached to it. It's not going to be much, but I'm just saying there'll be a fee attached to it, So I want to get people who are really, serious about talking about travel credit cards and have questions and stuff like that. So at some point we will put a price on it. So just be aware of that, okay? All right, let's go ahead and let's see here. Any other questions that we had? So as far as my Hyatt place, I'll just, the Hyatt place stay was fine, other than the little fee that whatever. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, but that's kind of the way that it went down. So let's see, other questions. And the like button, yes. Dolly reminds us, please hit the like button. So if you guys are in here, now is the perfect time to hit the like button. Let me just send off this text real quick. I always get phone calls during these live streams, so just want to make sure it's family. So I got to make sure I text them back, or they get a little scared here. Let's see. Let's see. All right, we're good. Okay. Other questions, guys? Yeah, we did have that freeze there. Okay, Gabe, what's going on? How you doing? Let's see, I just started my card points journey. Grabbed 4 Chase cards and 3 business Amex cards. Just started. You got a lot of cards. Amex cards in the past 2 months. I'm liking the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Business Platinum. Okay, so The first thing that I would tell you, and this is just my advice, I am not a financial expert, nor am I a credit card expert, but I would slow down. I would. Because you said in the past 2 months, you've picked up 4 Chase cards and 3 business Amex cards. I would slow down. This is a long game. You got to play the long game. Don't play the short game. Some people like to play that short game. They like to play the churning cards, and I really, I don't like churning. I'm not into that whole game. I'm in it for the long haul. So I'm looking at cards that I know I can have for years down the road, and that will still allow me to earn points every year, so I can pay off that annual fee or make that annual fee zero. So my advice to you: slow down. If you already picked up, what'd you say, 4 Chase cards? So now you're getting close to 524. So it limits you. So now let's say if you made some mistakes. Let's say you got some cards that you shouldn't have gotten. You started thinking, because when I first started, the first 2 cards that I got, I shouldn't have gotten those cards. They weren't good cards. It was the Citi Premier card, and it was the Advantage card, that Platinum whatever Advantage card. Not the Elite one, the $95 annual fee one. I don't never even remember the card. But those 2 cards, I won't say that. The Advantage card was good to me as far as points, because I was able to earn 50,000 points with the sign-up bonus, and then Citi did a little promotion with checking account, and I was able to earn another 50,000 points. So that was good. I like that. And it gave me the opportunity to fly first class on the way home from Paris on British Airways. So that was nice. That was the best experience. One of the top experiences I've ever had traveling, period. I'll say it was the best experience that I've ever had traveling. Yeah, and I've stayed at some pretty nice hotels and stuff, but this was just over the top. The way they treated you, yeah. But it came with a price tag. I mean, I used points to fly, so I didn't have to pay anything. But that flight, if you wanted to purchase that ticket, it was $6,500. So that's one way, one way. So yeah, that was the most expensive. So we're saying that was the best experience that I've ever had. That was the most expensive experience that I would have ever, because I didn't pay for it, but the price tag was the most expensive experience. Like even staying at hotels and stuff like that, I never stayed in anything with the price tag like that. Okay. So yeah, Gabe, I would slow down. And really you have to be strategic when it comes to looking at these different cards and which ones to get and which ones not to. So if you have 4 Chase cards, like I said, slow down, try to figure out, because now you're saying, yes, the Chase Sapphire Reserve looks good, or you're liking that card. So I'm guessing you don't have the card, or maybe you do have it, and that's why you like it. I don't know. But you want to make sure you get the cards that you need, especially when it comes to Chase, because they're going to cut you off now. You only have one more card to get, and then you get cut off. So make sure it makes sense. Okay. And I would be, I don't know if, let's see, I think you talk about it a little more here. Let's see, timestamps, taking in the next level. Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, I think the timestamps would be good. It'll help people out find different portions of the video. Citi Prestige is better than the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Uh-oh, you opening up a big can. Now, that's David saying that. Look, the Prestige, I wouldn't use, and that's me personally. I'm not going to use a card that's going to not give me the travel insurance. There's certain things that I would want. So when I say I'm not going to use it, you get 5 points for every dollar spent on travel, on airfare. I'm not going to use it to purchase a ticket because I'm losing that travel insurance if I do use that card, as opposed to using one of the other cards where you do get that travel insurance. So. And if I had it, the only workaround at this point would be, and it's one of those things where if I had that card, then I'm probably going to get travel insurance with that card. So what I'm saying is I would use that card to make the purchase, get the 5 points for every dollar spent, and then pay $47 or whatever it is and get that travel insurance, the third-party travel insurance, so nothing attached to the credit cards at all. That's probably the route that I would go if I was in that situation. So it's not a complete failure because you do have another option. And the crazy thing about it is I kind of, well, not kind of, I will be getting third-party insurance from now on when I travel outside of the country. It's just a better setup. That's the way that I feel. So like, I guess, I'm really hard on Citi right now for pulling all that stuff back. But the reality is, if you're traveling outside of the country, you probably should get travel insurance, third-party travel insurance. You shouldn't rely on credit cards because they're not going to give you a lot. They will give you the baggage stuff and the trip cancellation. They'll do that for you. But when it comes to anything major, like major medical stuff, most cards aren't going to give you those benefits. Chase Sapphire Reserve, they do have the evacuation, $100,000 I think evacuation, so that's good. So if you needed to be medevac out of somewhere, they can do that, or flown out of somewhere, they can do that. So that's good, and that's for medical purposes or any emergency, so any like civil unrest or something like that. So that's a good thing. But me personally, I like to have as much insurance as possible, so I would probably jump on one of those other third-party insurance. I'd like to know what you guys think, though. What do you guys think about third-party? Have you done it before? A lot of times when you book your airfare, you're able to get it, like you're able to purchase it right there. They will ask you if you want to do that. There's only one time where I accepted it, but I didn't know what I was accepting, and then I had to what did I do? Oh, I ended up not taking that flight, and they were able to cancel my flight, which was good. But that was within the U.S., which I didn't. You don't really. I don't really think you need it if you're flying in the U.S. Especially if you're pretty local, like you're not going anywhere too far. You don't need the travel insurance. If you have insurance, medical insurance, it's going to be covered. Usually, it'll be covered. 58 states. Wow, 50 states. So I don't think you need it for that. Bags, yeah. I mean, you're not going to need to get third party for bags. If you lose your bags, if you have your credit card and you're not using the Citi Prestige card, then you'll be able to at least get a little bit of money to pay for that. Pay each day that you don't have your bags with you. So, okay, let's go ahead and move forward. Man, it is starting to get hot in California. I'm sitting under these lights, and I don't have the AC on or anything, and I'm baking right now. So, time to take a little water break. Okay. Let's see. So, Gabe, so what's better for my fifth card slot, the IHG or the Marriott? Amex Marriott is an option after. Okay, so Gabe, I don't know what cards you have. If you could share with us the cards that you have, then maybe I can give you a better I can answer that question better for you. So you have IHG, you have Marriott. IHG, I think they're still doing their points breaks or something, where they have these little sales kind of where you can book rooms for a really low point value, so you don't have to use that many points in order to book a room. But it's just the problem with IHG Marriott when it comes to the Chase ecosystem. You need to use a lot of points in order to stay at these properties. And so the value is not really there. Hyatt is the only hotel within that Chase ecosystem that has good value, where you don't have to spend that many points. I was just talking with Jason, Flashpoint Capital, and he just stayed at a Hyatt place. He said he had a good time there, and he was paying 5,000 points per night. So you very rarely will ever see that. Like the point breaks with IHG, you can stay at some properties, but it's hit or miss. Like they only offer it up to certain properties, and my experience with IHG, Holiday Inn Express in some other countries they're pretty nice, but for the most part, Holiday Inn Express, you don't know what you're getting all the time. Sometimes the hotel's okay, sometimes the hotel is just not. It's not up to par. So, and I use that as an example. IHG is they have a large footprint. That is one thing that's positive about them. They have a large footprint, so you can find a hotel pretty much all over the world. And they do have the intercontinental hotels, which are really nice hotels. But you're going to use a lot of points, and the points are not valued that high. So basically, and I'm going to do a video. I had a good conversation with someone last night, and I am going to do a video specifically on the topic, and I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, with IHG, you have those points in Chase in the Ultimate Rewards program. If you want to transfer them down, you're going to lose some value with those points. And so that's the only thing that I like. Let me just give you an example. Let's say the average hotel room for Marriott or for IHG is like $15,000 or 15,000 points, as opposed to, like I said, with Hyatt, you could say at the average or I won't say it's the average, but the best value that you're going to get is 5,000 points per night. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but Marriott, I think it starts at 15,000. You might be able to find something for 10,000, but I know 15,000 is, you can get some hotel rooms for 15,000 at Marriott now, and IHG as well. So that being said, if I'm transferring points over and I want to stay 2 nights at a Hyatt, I can stay 2 nights at a Hyatt for 10,000 points. If I want to stay two nights at a Marriott, and mind you, the Hyatt properties are very nice properties. They're not like stay at a Hyatt, stay there, and you'll see that they're well kept. They're modern. The Hyatt Place and the Hyatt House, they all offer free breakfast, so you get the free breakfast. So you don't have to be any elite status or anything. You do have to be a member now, so you do have to sign up for the membership, which is free. They don't charge you anything for that. So you're just signing up to be a member, and then you get the free breakfast. And it's a pretty good spread. I should have shot some video of it today. I was just sitting there today. I had breakfast there before I left, and it's a good spread. Like they had eggs and sausage and potatoes, and then today they had waffles. Yesterday they had, what did they have yesterday? Pancakes yesterday. So they'll have that. And then they have all the other stuff, fruits and vegetables, not vegetables, wow. They have fruit, and then they had some other yogurts and stuff like that. So they had a nice spread. And so I like the Hyatt properties because of that, because you don't have to use a lot of points. So getting back to what I was saying, so 5,000 points to stay at a Hyatt. So if you want to stay 2 nights, it's going to be 10,000 points. So if I had to transfer points from my Ultimate Rewards program, I'm transferring them over. I'm only going to transfer 10,000. Whereas if I want to stay at a Marriott, it's 30,000 points because it's going to be 2 nights, 15,000 each. Now I'm transferring 30,000 points. So that's a huge difference. And all you're doing is staying in a hotel, sleeping in the bed, and that's it, right? Getting the free breakfast if they offer that. But yeah, so be careful when you look at some of these different hotel chains, if you want to have that Chase ecosystem, be careful because the points are not all valued the same. And so the discussion like I said, I will be doing a video on this. I had a discussion with Bruce. Is Bruce in the room? I don't think Bruce is in here. I don't think I saw him. I might have run him off now. Hope he's not upset with me, but I was just trying to explain the reason why the cards are different. And like I said, I will do a video about this, but he had a really good question. So I just put out a video yesterday that just talked about should you get travel credit cards that don't have transfer partners. And so I talked a little bit about just different credit cards. So you have I'll say the 4 major credit card companies. So you'll say Capital One, they now have transfer partners. So Capital One, Citi, you have Citi Thank You Points. you have Amex membership rewards points, and then you have the Chase Ultimate Reward points. They all have transfer partners, and they have travel portals. Actually, does Capital One have travel portal? I don't think they do. But anyway, the other ones have travel portals, so you can go right on and book whatever you need to book through a travel portal if you want to do that. My advice is, though, to transfer your points directly to the airline, so you have the ability to transfer them directly to the airlines. So those cards, in my opinion, are on a different level than some of these other cards that come out, like the Bank of America. We were talking about the Bank of America Platinum card or something like that. It's a card with a $95 annual fee. It offered some really good benefits, okay? So you got the TSA pre-check, you get credit, $100 incidental credit. The card looks good in the sense that it's giving you benefits. However, when it comes to point redemption, it's not a good card. And the reason why, they don't have transfer partners. So, or they don't have a travel portal. So 50,000 points, you get 1 cent per point. It's equivalent to $500. And they tell you that right up front. As soon as you get on there, it shows you that right up front. So that value is not as good as a Chase Sapphire Preferred with a 50,000 sign-up bonus. Because that Chase Sapphire Preferred with the 50,000 sign-up bonus, the worst value that I'll get is 1 cent per point, which is $500. That's the worst value, but you get a little increase. So if I want to go through the travel portal, it's was it 1.25? What is it? $650. I think it brings the value up. I think it's 25% more or something like that. There's 1.25 points per 1.25 cents per point. God, I can't get it out right. So, and that's if you're using it in the portal. But if I transfer those points over to a transfer partner, I'm getting even more value. I can get 2 cents per point. I can get 3 cents per point. So that's what I was trying to explain. Just because, like, if you're pigeonholed, if you have that Bank of America card and they tell you, okay, you get 50,000 points and you don't have any transfer partners and you don't have a travel portal, all you're going to get total is $500. You're not getting any more than $500. That's all you're getting. Where if I have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card and I have 50,000 points on that card, worst case scenario, if I want to cash out, yes, I'll get the 500, 50,000 points, 1 cent per point, it'll be $500. But if I want to use it for travel, I have so much more that I can do. I can go on the travel portal. I'm going to get, was it $625 or $650 value? If I go to the travel portal, I just book through there. Now, if I go to a transfer partner, let's look at, and we'll do the hotel thing just because we did the hotel thing. We just did the hotel thing. We'll do that one more time. So let's say I want to stay at a Hyatt. I'm set on staying at this Hyatt place. It's 5,000 points to stay each night, okay? I have the Bank of America Platinum card, and I think it's called the Platinum card. I'm not for sure, but it's a $95 annual fee Bank of America card. I have that card, or I have I have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. Both of those cards, I have 50,000 points to work with, right? And so with one card, and let's say at the Hyatt it costs $100 a night. That's just the going rates, $100 a night. I have 50,000 points with Chase Sapphire Preferred, and I decide, okay, I want to stay there. I want to use my points though. So now I have, and I'm trying to think about this all in my head so I can calculate it properly. So I want to stay 5 nights, right? At $100 a night, I want to stay 5 nights. So 5 nights using the Chase Sapphire Preferred, if I'm transferring those points over, because I'm just doing points, I'm not going to pay any cash, I don't have to. So I transfer the points over, 5,000 points for each night, that's 25,000 points. So I take 25,000 points, I transfer it over to Hyatt, and then I book those 5 nights, I'm good to go. Now, take that same situation with the Bank of America card, right? You have the Bank of America card, you have 50,000 points, and you want to book 5 nights. And you can't transfer your points over to Hyatt because they don't allow you to transfer it over. So I can't use the 5,000 point method. It's just not going to work. So I have to pay cash, right? So I have to get the credit. So I have, Bank of America has the way where you can credit it to Hyatt, and then they'll take it off of your bill. Like you just pay for it, and then they'll take it off the bill because you have the points. So in this situation, it's going to be $100 a night. I know that. And $100, that's pretty average. Like most hotel rooms are probably about $100 a night, if not more. I'm saying $100 probably minimum, and then they'll jump up from there. So $100 a night. I want to stay 5 nights. I go ahead and I book it with the Bank of America card. So I pay the $500. I lose all 50,000 points. They're gone, right? Because 50,000 equals $500. So my points are gone. But in my Chase Sapphire Preferred, guess what? I still have 25,000 points left. So if I want to stay an additional 5 nights, if I want to do that, I can do that. Just transfer that 25,000 more points and stay. So I'm getting twice the value with that Chase Sapphire Preferred. And in some cases, you get even more than that because 50,000 points on airfare could go even further than that. So that's what I was trying to explain to them. You have more options with these transfer partners and travel portals. You just have more options, and you get better value in the long run. So now, if you're looking at the Bank of America card and you're thinking, oh, this is a great card, and the earn possibility is really good. That's another thing that we discussed too, the earn possibility. Well, he's saying, well, because the earn possibility on the card initially, I think is 2 points for every dollar spent on travel. But if you are like one of their elite members, which you need to have certain things in order to be their elite member. But if you're one of their elite members, then you get 3.75 points per dollar. Okay, so wow, that looks really good, right? So I can earn those points really fast, and it's just a better card because of that. Well, we're looking at the earn, but we're not looking at how are we going to redeem these points. And if you don't have these other little avenues to redeem the points, then it really hurts that whole card as a whole. So I will do a video because I want to have it more shorter. I'm going to put this in a timestamp, but I'm just saying I want to have a shorter version of this so I can kind of explain it that way. But don't be mistaken. Some of these cards you'll come out and you'll see and you'll think, oh, this is great. This Discover It Miles card. I'm getting this. I'm getting that. I'm earning this. I'm earning that. But you have to be able to redeem those points. And I have friends right now that have cards and they have a bunch of points, but they really can't redeem them for much. Now, I will say cards like that B of A card, they're good in the sense that if I don't have a way to use my points, if I can't transfer to a transfer partner, if it's like an activity that I can't use, I can't use it along those lines, then they're great to have because now I can just have it erased, right? I can get credit for it. So let's say if it's an excursion that I want to do, I can do that excursion, use the card to pay for it, and then have that credited to my account. So things like that, they're good. So I'm not saying they're not good to have. I'm saying that they're not as strong as the cards that have transfer partners. That's all I'm saying. So, and the way that I would work things is I would get those ecosystems first, the ones with transfer partners, get that all set in place, and then you might just get a card just to have. Like I actually think the Venture card is the best card to get because you have the eraser tool, so it works kind of like these other cards that I was talking about, like Bank of America card, but it also has transfer partners. So if I really need to use it, use a transfer partner, I can still do it with that card. So, all right, let's go ahead and move forward here. Okay, I might skip through a few guys because we're getting short on time here. Let's see. A timestamp, nice. New tips learned from VidCon. Tim Williams, what's going on? No, it wasn't a tip that I learned from VidCon. It's something I already knew, but I started thinking about it after looking at like rewatching my video, my long live streams, and I started realizing, oh, these videos are just too long. I need to break them up. Put some timestamp. I put a timestamp in there just so people know, hey, you can go here if you want to see this. I think there's some valuable information that comes out, but not everyone is going to tune in if they have to watch the whole video and they don't have a way to kind of search through to get to some different things. Plus, I can always use that timestamp and send it out as just that part of the clip to different people if they have questions about certain things. So that's another thing I wanted to do. But yeah, I did learn some stuff at VidCon, but that wasn't one of them. Let's see, Casey, if you get the Chase Marriott, it looks Wait, it locks you from the Amex Marriott bonus. Okay. And I think you guys are just talking with Gabe about what card to get. Yeah. And I would want to know, like Gabe, I would want to know if you're still in here, let us know what cards you have, and then we could probably help you out a little bit more with that. Jeremy, I think I gave you a shout out. Lionel, what's going on, buddy? Let's see. Lionel, last week we talked about something about your topic that you brought up about Chase. Just so you know, I don't know if you saw the rebroadcast, but we did mention you last week. Gabe, the Aspire, I'll get also after 524. Let's see. Do you think Citi will let people with a double cash card transfer thank you points at 1-to-1 ratio? Is that why they've been slashing benefits? I don't know. Now, did I hear that somewhere that they're letting you do the transfer? Yes, they are letting you do the transfer, but they haven't said if it's going to be 1-to-1 yet. So, what do you guys think? I don't think it's going to be 1-to-1. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be 1-to-1. I mean, and this is Nick that's asking this question. Yeah, the way that things are being slashed, it would be great if it is 1-to-1. They hit a home run. I mean, that's the way it should be. But yeah, I don't think it'll be 1-to-1. And basically, for those of you who don't know, you have the double cash cards. You get 2 points for every dollar spent across the board on everything. You get 1 point for every dollar spent when you make the purchase, and then when you pay your bill, you get another point. So you should be paying your bill every month. it shouldn't be carrying over. So you should be getting 2 points for every dollar spent. So that being said, it's a great card to get. And now they're allowing you to transfer up to the thank you points because it's their card works or will work something like the Chase cards work now. So you have the Chase Freedom card. So I can earn cash back all day with the Chase Freedom card. But I can't use those points to travel. So if I just have that Chase or the Freedom Unlimited or the Freedom Unlimited, I can't use that to travel. I need a Chase Sapphire Preferred or Chase Sapphire Reserve, and then I can transfer those points up to that Ultimate Rewards program and then use it to transfer to different transfer partners or the travel portal. So Citi's doing something similar where that double cash, you're now going to be able to transfer your points up. They just haven't said if it, like with the Chase Freedom card, it's a 1-to-1. So if I'm transferring 1 point up, I get that same value with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Actually, the value goes up because if I want to use it for the travel portal with Chase, I get 1 point. If I'm transferring it up to the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I get 1.25 cents per point. If I want to transfer it up to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, I get 1.5 cents per point. So value is good. All right, guys, if you guys are in here right now and you have not done so, please hit the like button. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. Just click the little subscribe button, hit the little bell notification. That way you'll get notified for future videos. So anytime I go live, anytime I put out a video, you guys will know about it. The live streams are really important. So hit the little bell notification. It says all. So you hit the bell notification, and then you just click on all. And then anything that I put out, they'll know. Hey, we just got a subscriber, Giovanni. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I finally realized that I could see I could see when people subscribe. Didn't know that before. Actually, I think I knew that the feature was there, but I didn't know where to look. But now I know where to look. Okay, so thank you, Giovanni. Thank you for subscribing. So if you guys subscribe, I'll give you guys a shout out. Hey, thank you for joining. If you guys want that. And Gavin, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Wow, this is great. I get to see everybody subscribe. So thanks, guys. But I lost my train of thought. Yeah, hit the little bell notification, hit all. That way when I do a live stream, I don't always do, I always do them on Saturday and Monday. But there are some occasions where I'll just jump on. I'll do a live stream, just jump on if I have some time. Or if something comes up, like if it's something that's really juicy, really juicy gossip, really juicy chisme, then I want to jump in. Jacqueline, thank you for subscribing. Israel, thank you for subscribing. Wow, I just got 4 subscribers right off the bat. Cool. So when it comes down to it, Oh God, I lost my whole train of thought. Uh, I'll have to get back on track. You guys are just shocking me now. Um, okay, so yeah, so when it comes down to it, the yeah, where was I don't even what were we talking about? Remind me, somebody. God, I'm completely lost right now. I was just talking about subscribing, and then yeah, I lost it. All right, let's go back to the questions here. Um, Alvin Bacon, I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about double cash. So yeah, we were talking a little about double cash. So we'll see if it's 1-to-1. That will be excellent. If they can do the 1-to-1, that'll be great. Uh, will it really help the brand though? I don't. They really need to get back to the Citi Prestige card. What they should do is have a credit, have some type of a credit that can go towards buying travel insurance, and I think that would help them a lot. But something specific for travel insurance, I think, would really help them. But the double cash back card is a really good card to get, and now that you can transfer up, I think that's really good. Let's see. David says, "Can't wait to hear into Flashpoint. What adds? What's that? Wait. What adds to the WhatsApp? Okay, I don't know what you're saying, David. What he adds to the WhatsApp group. So yeah, so as of if you guys didn't know, Flashpoint Capital has a YouTube channel, and he will be on tomorrow. So it's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. He'll be on. We'll be talking about travel credit cards, so you can get more information on him, how he got started, and what his input about different travel credit cards. What are the good cards to get? We all have our different opinion when it comes to travel credit cards. So I mean, it depends on what works for you and where you live too. Where you live makes a big impact, because you might live near a hub, and so you go with that airline. If you go with that airline, you're probably going to want to get an ecosystem that surrounds that airline. Just like I was saying, United, I want to get an ecosystem that surrounds United. So Chase surrounds United right now. So it just makes sense. And Juan, evening fan, what's going on, Juan? How you doing, buddy? And Flashpoint Capital says, thanks, man. Love the WhatsApp group. Yes, join the WhatsApp group. I put a link in there, so stop by there. And now, if you come into the WhatsApp group, just let us know who you are, because all we see when you come in there, all we see is a number. We don't know who. We just see that someone came in, but we don't know who it is. We don't have a name or anything like that. So just come in, just say, hey, my name is so-and-so. And I always like to kind of get it started with, my name is so-and-so, and your favorite travel credit card, or what credit card that you currently use. If you don't have any credit cards, that's perfect. Just let us know, hey, I'm a beginner. I want to learn about different travel credit cards, and maybe even ask that question what's a good beginner card to get, and that kind of stuff. And that'll start the dialogue, and then we go back and forth. We're very friendly in there. We all want to talk about travel credit cards and about travel. So just let us know you're there. So if I know you're there, then I can give you a shout out, and we can all give you a shout out, and we can all help you out if you have questions, or if you have comments, you want to make a statement or something like that. It's a good place for that. Okay. Let's see, Vic. There hasn't been much about photography. Yes, Vic, there has not been. Now, and let me, and I talked about this earlier. I am going to I have started another channel, but I haven't posted videos yet. But I'm going to do a channel specifically about photography, mainly about video, how to shoot better video. But we'll be talking about camera stuff as well. I've pulled away from a lot of the photography talk, and the main reason for that is I want to inspire you guys to travel more. Photography is still an aspect that I do when I travel, and I think we all travel for different reasons. For me, what got me traveling more was photography. So in the live streams, I don't really talk about it that much, because I don't want to bore a lot of the people that are in here that are into the travel credit cards. If you do have questions about photography in the live stream, you can ask me, and I'll talk a little bit about it. I will continue to do some videos here and there that talk a little bit about photography. I don't want to get too much into the photography. Photography in itself is a whole, it's a whole different industry, and there's so much to talk about when it comes to photography. That's why I'm going to have it on a separate channel so we can kind of split it, split up the two. But for me, my passion is photography, and travel came from my photography passion. I wanted to travel the world after I started taking pictures. So that's just a part. That's how I got to where I am right now. So yeah. But if you have questions about photography, you can shoot. I'll answer those questions as well. Okay. But as you see in our chat, the majority of the questions are about travel credit cards. Let's see. Jeremy House, Canada. Will Walker, what's going on? Let's see. Flash, I just gave you a sub. Cool, cool. Thanks, David, for going over to his channel. And you guys go over to Flashpoint Capital's channel, check out his videos, subscribe to his channel. And like I said, he'll be on tomorrow. So it'll be cool. Pariah, let's see. Ace Live is looking like he's going through a cultural renaissance in Vietnam. Yeah. So if those of you guys don't know, one of my buddies is a YouTuber, Ace. This is Ace Live. So he has a channel, This is Ace Live. And he travels the world and films it. So he is in, I met up with him in Colombia. Then he went from Colombia to Mexico. And then he went from Mexico to Vietnam. So he's in Vietnam right now. And he's having the time of his life. So check his channel out. This is Ace Live. And just go over there and you'll see some crazy stuff. He was getting massages and stuff like that. Just a whole different experience. He's a real cool brother, and he's out there just living life. And I commend him because he just left with nothing. Like, he had his channel going, and he really, worked on getting his channel up there as far as the subscribers and everything. And he got it to a point where he was making enough money, just very, very little, but making enough to at least leave and go out to Colombia. He went out to Colombia I think he was out there for about 2 months. And his channel just blew. I mean, it was blowing up already, but it just really took off when he was in Colombia. People are really interested in Colombia. They really are. And so that's how I had known him. I'd known his channel prior to that, but I really locked onto his channel when he started going to Colombia. He went once, he stayed there for a month, and then he left, and then he went back. And so anyway, yeah, I commend him because he's just following his dream. He's out there traveling, and he's making money on YouTube. That's his means of making money, and he's doing well, and just traveling the world. If you could imagine, you're not working a 9 to 5. You're just out traveling the world and filming it and showing people and just living life. All right, let's see here. Flashpoint Capital, David. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Grown man needs his own space. Surprising. Grown man needs his own space. Yeah, it's when it comes down to it. Yeah, we know now, like, hey, we need to have our own separate. If it's Airbnb, we're fine. If I have a room where I can shut the door, I'm good. And I think he feels the same way. But yeah, it's yeah, you need your own space, definitely. Especially I'm single, so I live alone, and so when I travel, I'm accustomed to having my space and having my peace and quiet. You don't get that when you travel, not always. And I was just talking about This is Ace, his channel. In Mexico, he was staying in an Airbnb, or not Airbnb, in a hostel. And although I like the community, I like the fact that people are pretty open-minded, and there's plenty of people. I mean, there's people all around, and there's a pretty tight community of people talking and being nice, and not being nice, but community. What's the word I'm looking for? The community's friendly. Like, if you stay at a hotel, usually you're in your room, you leave, you might say hi to someone on the elevator, but that's it. Whereas the community's a lot closer because you're pretty much living in a dorm room with a bunch of people. So I guess you kind of have to open up that shell, right? That's just not for me. I can't. I can do the hostel as far as sitting in the common areas, but I need my own room. And I know some of the hostels you do have your own room. But it's a good place to talk with people and kind of network and that kind of stuff. But I can't do the dorm room, and he was doing the dorm room. This is Ace was doing that dorm room, and I can't do that. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and move on down here. For some reason, they were holding out a lot of the stuff that was in the chat, so I couldn't see it. Now it looks like it's opened up here, so let's go ahead and move on down. And okay, I think that 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, yeah, so we're coming from here. Hip, what's going on, buddy? Flashpoint Capital got it. Thanks. All right. Yeah, so Jeremy, TEC, Marriott, and Niagara Falls. That's right, you're in Marriott, Niagara Falls. Hit me with so many hidden fees over the last weekend. But that spot, oh my God, where did you post that? You posted that was it in the Facebook group? Yeah, it was in the Facebook group. Let me open this up. If you guys haven't joined the Facebook group, you need to join the Facebook group because you're missing stuff like this. I'm gonna try to pull it up. And it's gonna take a second. When it's pulling up this video, like when it's doing this live stream, it takes a lot of my my internet, so it's gonna take me a few minutes to kind of pull this up. But he showed his hotel room, and it was right overlooking Niagara Falls. Beautiful spot. But yeah, so as Jeremy was saying, like, yeah, all these different fees. Now, Marriott, they're going through a lawsuit right now, which is interesting that they would still have some of these fees. Well, I guess they're not going to get rid of them until they lose. Maybe if they lose their lawsuit, then they'll get rid of the fees. Let's see. I paid $35 for parking at the Marriott Niagara Falls. Wow. The whole parking thing, I don't understand. They're doing it just because they can. But it's out of control. Like you $35 for parking? That's, oh man. And you're parking it yourself. It's just $35 just to sit on the lot. Just think of how much money they're making, hand over fist, people having to pay for parking. Man, that is something that yeah. I mean, that's a bad deal there. I mean, it's almost, in my case, it would have been cheaper for me because I don't live that far from where I was staying. And the reason that I wanted to stay there is because I wanted to be right there at VidCon, so I can just kind of go to and, go to all the classes during the day, come back, take a shower, and then go to the activities at night, which honestly I didn't do. Because the activities, they weren't really, they didn't really have anything, they didn't have good stuff. Let's just put it that way. So I didn't, I'm trying to look at this video and talk at the same time. I didn't partake in that stuff, but, okay. Yeah, this thing is so slow, it makes me so mad. All right. Hip, I'm just gonna keep going on, and then once I have it, then I'll pull it up. Okay, let's see. I saw a question here. Where was it? Okay, it costs $200 to park your car at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. No. Well, that's probably, is that per month? What the heck is $200? Wow, that sounds crazy. Okay, Nate and Jazz at TSC. I wouldn't touch Marriott with a 10-foot pole if there is a Hyatt nearby. Yeah, I prefer Hyatt. If they are there, if they have a Hyatt property there, I definitely, over all the different hotel chains, Hyatt is definitely my go-to. And I've stayed at some of the different places, different properties. I stayed at some IHG properties. Marriott, when was the last time I stayed in Marriott? It's actually been a while for Marriott. Hilton, I've stayed at Hilton properties. I just stayed at the Hilton property in Las Vegas. It was not in, like, on the Strip. It was like a resort. It was nice. It was a very nice place. The Hilton, was it a Garden Inn? I think it might have been like a Garden Inn spa, something or other. Hilton, I can't remember the name. My uncle's the one that booked it for us. He was getting married, so he booked everything for us. But that was a nice property. But one thing I really like about Hyatt, other than the fact that the hotel rooms are nice, the customer service is always like they have very good customer service. And I just today, like, or this week that the 3 days that I was there, customer service always very professional, very nice. Even when they're telling me stuff that I didn't want to hear, like this fee that's a tax or whatever. If you guys are in here right now, please hit the like button so we can bring some more people in the room. If you haven't done so already, I appreciate that. And if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. Do it right now, and then I'll give you a shout out because I'll know that you subscribe because I'll be able to see it, which I'm really excited about for whatever reason. So with Hyatt, I like the fact that their customer service is really spot on, like really good. Even I was sitting in the area, we were eating breakfast and all that, and someone spilled something, and they went to go clean it up. Like, I mean, you're thinking, okay, he spilled something, I'll go ahead and clean it up. And one of the workers was there, seriously, almost tackled the person, like, no, that's okay. So she could go grab something and clean up it was like, I think it was like oatmeal or something they spilled. But just different things like that. Very, very good. And they come by your table. The way it's set up, like the buffet, it's just like a breakfast buffet. So you go, you get your food, you get your plate, get your food, and you sit down, eat your food. And they would come by and pick up your plates and stuff like that while you're eating, not like after you're done. They would come by and ask if they could take your plates right there, which is good. I mean, I don't know. And maybe my expectations are low, but I've been at some places where you don't get that same service. It's just like, yeah, you can't find anybody to do anything. And then when you're done, you just get up and leave, and then the table's there, so no one else can really sit there because there's stuff on the table. And yeah, they were very good when it came to that. Okay, right. Let's see here. TC. Okay, we went over that. So David said Marriott #1, Delta #1, and National Car Rental #1. And that's David. That's David's. Those are his #1 picks. Those aren't any of my #1 picks. I won't say anything about Delta because I haven't flown on Delta in a long time. I have heard really good things about Delta, so yeah, I can't give that. I can't give a negative on that. I don't rent cars very often, so I can't really speak on that. Stephanie, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I can't really say anything about National Rental Car. I don't rent cars. I really don't. Only time I'll do it is if I'm in the States. I'll do it. In Hawaii, I rented a car. If you're on an island, it's probably best to rent a car because taking Uber and stuff like, especially we were there for a total of 10 days. We were in Kauai for 7, so it just makes sense to rent a car. Okay. Aquaman, what's going on, buddy? What is your Facebook group? So the Facebook group it's all about travel credit cards. So pretty much what we're talking about now, that's what's on the Facebook group. But we also go into a lot of people when they travel, they want to show pictures of where they travel to, different hotel, video and stuff like that. So that's you also have that as well. But it's an easier place to navigate. So Facebook group is an easier place to navigate than like YouTube coming on. You have to watch my whole stream in order to kind of get the information. Well, now I'm doing timestamps, so that's a little better. But the Facebook group is there. So if you want to go back to something, you can. Referral links. If you want to get referral links for different credit cards, you can do that in the Facebook group because we have a pinned post that has all the different referrals. You can put your referral on there, and you can find some different referrals as well. And I highly recommend people. If you're gonna sign up for a credit card, use a referral link. Okay, all my videos in the description, there's a referral link. And if I'm gonna get a card, I'm gonna use a referral link. So I'm gonna find someone's referral link. I'll go on the Facebook group, find a referral link, use that one. So that's how we can help each other out when it comes to getting points. Obviously, if you use a referral link, then you'll get some points for using that. So that's a good thing. It's a way for us to kind of help each other when it comes down to it. So the Facebook group has that. You have the referral links there. All right. But yeah, but I mean, Aquaman at the very least, just jump in there, and if you like the content, you like it. If you don't like the content, you can always not, join or join but unjoin. I really don't want you to unjoin, but I'm just saying it's free just to jump in there and to see what's going on. Okay. Um, okay. So, Hip is saying Facebook is a basin of evil. I don't mind Facebook. It is a little harder now. Like, I like WhatsApp so much that I still participate with Facebook, but WhatsApp is just so much more convenient for me. So that's why that WhatsApp group, I really, really like that and promote that because it's easy for me to communicate. If you want to communicate with me, I can go back and forth on there all day because I can be out, I could be at work, doing different things, and I could still communicate. It's just a quick little message, just like a text message. Actually, that's what it is, a text message. Okay. Hip, okay, so you guys are talking about that. We'll go ahead and move forward here. Okay, so Richard, since Amex eliminated their airline credit gift card hack, let's see, does this negate you from wanting the platinum card? That's not the reason that I would not get the platinum card. I just think right now it's a good time to wait. I'm waiting for them to make. I know something's going to happen when it comes to the. I think with the lounge access, something's going to happen. They're going to launch something new, and that restaurant credit. The reason that they pulled the restaurant credit is because they're going to launch something new. So I'm just waiting for that. When that happens, then I'll jump on it. I don't ever try to. I don't ever justify getting a card because they have a hack, because I know a hack is eventually going to be done away with. If it's something that the credit card companies don't want you to, use it that way, they're going to find out about it and then they're going to make that change. So that was never in my whole my mindset when it came to getting that credit card or any other credit card. If there's a hack that's going on, they will find out about it because we have social media now. We have YouTube. People are putting stuff on YouTube, and it just takes one employee to see it and say, "Hey, look what they're doing." Send it up the chain, and they say, "Okay, well, we need to change that so that category is no longer available for them to do it that way." So I don't try to cheat the system. I try to use the system in my benefit, but use it the way that they designed it for. Now, when it comes to credits, there are a variety of ways that you can use credits where you don't. I mean, baggage fees. There are other things that you can use those credits for. So you can still get value, but you just need to know how to get that value. Okay, Flashpoint Capital. I'm going to drop a link to my Merrick. What is it? Oh, Merrick Bank Platinum card. Laugh out loud. Just kidding. Okay, Alvin. All right, let's go ahead and move over. Okay, so Casey's saying for my hotel setup, Marriott plus Hyatt is what I prefer. Cool, cool. Yeah, and I definitely think, I mean, Hyatt's footprint is not big. That's one of their biggest downfalls. So you do have to have a backup. You have to have another hotel chain or Airbnb. In my case, I like Airbnb. So it's Hyatt or Airbnb. That's how I do things. And actually now it's been more Airbnb or Hyatt because I stay in Airbnbs a lot more. When I travel to Colombia, Airbnb is the way to go for me. It just allows me to have laundry so I can wash my clothes and stuff like that. And it just overall, it's a better situation for me. So I like doing it that way. Okay, let's see. I don't. Let's see. Casey said I don't like how Hilton has a bunch of low end or a bunch of older hotels. Yeah, and I have found that Hilton hotels are that you have some really nice ones, but you do have some older hotels that need need some tender care. They need to be revamped, remodeled, or something. In Kauai, I stayed at the Garden Inn that was 3 years ago. We stayed there, very old hotel, and it looks like they hadn't updated it in years. Carpet was, old and like smelled. I mean, they needed to really revamp that place. And it was just ridiculous how much they were charging to stay there, as well as charging to, and my, I went with my family, so my parents, they got it through like a travel agent. But when I looked at the room rates, I can't remember, it was outrageous. So it was like $300 or $400 a night. And they were charging like $27 for the breakfast buffet per person, which is insane because we had a rental car, so we just drove down the street and you can go and eat some. I mean, it wasn't cheap. It's still maybe $10-15 a meal, but yeah, that buffet was $27, which is crazy. Okay, Tim Williams, what's going on? Let's see here. ABC News: Marriott reaped hundreds of millions of dollars through drip pricing scheme, lawsuit says. Yeah, so that's that. Tim Williams was talking about the lawsuit that's Marriott has right now, where they had like hidden fees and they weren't telling people about the fees. And so you book your room, you stay, and then you get your bill at the end, and it's like, okay, you got these extra fees on here. And in some cases, I think they said it was up to like $95, like in fees. So, I mean, it could be up to 95. I don't know how many nights you would have to stay for it to get that high, but could you imagine looking at your bill and seeing all these different fees, and you're like, well, what are these? Oh, well, this is this fee, this fee, this fee. So, yeah, that's crazy. Okay. So there is the WhatsApp link. So jump on into the WhatsApp group and let us know you're there just by saying what's up. And I'm coming from wherever you're coming from, and this is my favorite travel credit card, or this is the credit card that I really want to get, or something like that. It just helps open up the dialogue, and then some people can tell you, hey, yeah, you know what, I have that card, it's great, or I have that card, don't bother getting it, it's not a good card. So, okay, so David Kawaku, thank you for joining the Facebook group. Thank you. Okay. Well, that's Aquaman. Okay. Uh, so it's Kawaku. All right. Nick, what do you think of the United Airlines cards underperform against the Chase Sapphire Reserve cards, especially considering Delta has to compete with the gold and platinum cards and still performs very well? Yeah, that's a good question, Nate. And I know that there's strife between the two, United and Chase. Thanks to Lionel, who posted that article last week. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, what can I say? United needs to make better cards. If they want to compete, they need to have something that's a better product, and maybe not compete directly with what Chase Sapphire Reserve is doing. Maybe have different categories that don't compete directly with them. I would think. I mean, your brand is United, right? So your brand, you should focus on those points and bring it up. It's 2 points for every dollar spent on United. Why? Who would? I mean, $2 or 2 points for every dollar. You can do a lot better than that. I mean, you can bring that up to 4 or 5 points. I don't see why you wouldn't want to do that. People would use that card if that were the case. Now, I just don't know. Or maybe if you don't want to go that route, keep it at 2 points per dollar every dollar spent. Open up some other categories there if you can. That's my whole thing. So they're pretty much doing it to themselves, I think. And if they don't have room to open it up, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell them. But I don't think it's Chase's fault. Chase is just making good cards. So, and Delta they do compete, and they have some pretty good reasons why you want to use their card. Their top tier card, you can use that card, hit a certain amount. I can't remember what the amount is, but hit a certain amount and then get their elite status on the airline. United could do that. So, I I mean, I don't know. We'll see where that goes, but okay. Let's see here. Expat for life. What's going on, buddy? Um, let's see. How's it going tonight? Where are you, Expat for life? Because I know you're somewhere, and I talked to you before on here, and I want to hit you up offline. So I don't know if you are a member of the Facebook group or the WhatsApp group, but if you join the WhatsApp group, then I want to talk to you offline because I want to see if you can come on the show because I know you're in another country, but I just can't remember where, and I want to talk with you on the show if you want to do that. I think we talked about it a little earlier, and you said you were down to do that. So just let me know. I regret getting the HSBC credit card. I've never used it. Never even used it. That's hip saying that. Yeah, and there are cards that are out there like that, and I think we can really help each other and help each other avoid getting certain cards because we can tell, hey, you know what, I have that card and it's not what you think it is, or you might want to avoid that card and get another card instead. So I think that's one thing that we can really help each other do. Okay, Gabe, let's see. If you can't keep hitting the minimum spend, don't slow down. All right, wait, let's see. Gabe, if you can't keep hitting the minimum spend, don't slow down. Um, yeah, I think I missed something in here, but anyway, Gabe is saying with the Southwest Hyatt in ink. So are those the cards that you have? Okay. All right, guys. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. I'm just gonna step out to the restroom real quick. Let's see. I can't read your name. Nursing in Texas. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for subscribing. Okay, I'm gonna step away just for 1 second. I'll be right back. And where's that little logo thingy? What am I looking for? Be right back. There it is. All right. Sorry about that. Nature called, so I had to take care of that. Let's see. Where were we? Where were we? So, yeah. So you guys are having a discussion with Gabe. I don't know. I don't know if Gabe put all his cards out there yet, but it looks like he's. I'm hitting. I'm hitting them. I have rental property with a mortgage and pay rent with credit cards. Okay, what's the highest sign-up bonus? Card, ATM, straight cash back, no points. So Measy, let's see. What's the highest sign-up bonus card? ATM. Straight cash back, no points. I don't know what you're asking. Like an ATM card? A bonus card ATM. Yeah, I don't know what you're asking there, MZ. Um, and you're not you're, you're not. I don't know of any like I don't know of any good cards when it comes to like transfer, like a ATM, like a debit card. Is that what you're asking? With the sign-up bonus? I don't know of any cards that are like that. I know of checking accounts you can get with the sign-up bonus, but I don't know of any cards like just straight cards you can get with the ATM card you can get with the sign-up bonus. So I don't know if that's what you meant or what. But if you elaborate a little bit more, maybe I can help you out or we can help you out. Let's see, Expat for Life, World Nomads is a great travel insurance. Yeah, I can't remember which one. It started with an A, the one that I pulled up, and it was like $47. But definitely, travel insurance is something that I will be getting when I travel from now on. In addition to, like, I use my Chase Sapphire Reserve usually, so it does free me up though. And I started thinking about things too, because the United Explorer Business Plus card that I have, it does give you some travel protection. It's not as good as a Chase Sapphire Reserve. So I would want to use a Chase Sapphire Reserve when I'm booking my airfare. However, if I don't use United when I book my airfare, guess what? I don't get the free check bag and I don't get priority boarding. So they're forcing you. That's one thing United's doing when they're with their cards. They're forcing you to use that card to make that airline purchase. And maybe that's why they're the point value is not that high. Like you get 2 points for every dollar spent, but they're kind of making you use that card because if you don't get the free check bag and you don't get the priority boarding. So really, it makes no sense to keep the card if you're not using it for that purchase. So the plan is use that card for that purchase, so I can get the free check bag and the priority boarding. In some cases, if I'm traveling outside the U.S. The check bag, you still get one check bag, usually. It's not a guarantee, but in most flights you'll get a check bag, or you don't have to pay for it, but you don't get the priority boarding. So my goal or my plan is to just go ahead and pay the extra $45 and get some additional insurance because I don't want to run into any problems where I get injured or something like that and I'm not able to be evacuated out or at least I'll have like the one that I was looking at. It's 50,000 in medical, so that's going to cover most things. And then they have I think it's $250 evacuation fee. So not fee, but $250 I'm on these fees now. Hyatt's got me all riled up on these fees. But yeah, they give you the 250,000 evacuation credit. So if you need to be evacuated and move to a location where they can treat you, because not all countries have the same medical levels of medical service. You know, they can't provide some of the same things that you might get better treatment if you're in a different country that's more developed, or if they transfer you back to the States. So yeah, that's one of those deals. Travel insurance, I think, is really important. Whereas in the past, knock on wood, thank God, I never had any issues or anything like that. But if I did have an issue, what do you do? And that's one thing you need to think about. Okay, Gabe, let's see. The Hyatt is the last I got, so working that one still. Okay, so ITC has the best bladder control I've ever seen. Yeah, you just jinxed me. I had to go to the restroom. Oh, man. Let's see. Gabe, Chase Sapphire Reserve, Southwest, Hyatt, Ink Cash. Okay, so these are the four cards that you have then, your Chase cards. All right, and they're good cards. Well, the Ink Cash, at least that doesn't count as a 524. So right now you have three cards. So you do have two slots. That's the way I'm seeing this. If those are the cards that you have. So yeah, I don't know, Gabe. I'm telling you, I would just slow down. You don't want to go too fast. This is a long game. and you want to get good cards that you can keep for a long period of time, the cards that you have right now, those are good cards. Those are cards you can keep for a long time. I mean, that Ink Cash card, that's a great card. 50,000 sign up bonus, and then you have the 5 point categories. So you have 5 points for every dollar spent for internet and cable and phone. That's an excellent card. And if you have, I think you said you have a rental property, man, you could make out really well. Now it does cap off, I think, at 25,000, but I mean that's 100,000 points. That's 100,000 points you can earn on that card per year. So that's an excellent card. The World of Hyatt card, I really like that card. If you're using that for any stays at Hyatt, you get 9. If you're a member plus, you get for being a member, you get 5 points for every dollar spent, and then for the transaction itself, if you're using it for Hyatt properties, and you're going to get 4 points. You get 9 points for every dollar spent at a Hyatt property. And that is valuable because those points go so far with Hyatt. So it's great. Southwest, I don't fly Southwest. I just don't like the whole seating first come, first serve. I don't like that. I like to be able to pick my seat. So I don't fly on Southwest. But I've heard some really good things about the Southwest card, and you can get that companion pass if you work it right. And I think you need to get another card and kind of use them together. So that's good. Chase Sapphire Reserve that's my number one card. That's the one I use all the time. So, yeah. So you made some good choices, but I'm just saying, slow down. You don't need to jump in and get all the cards all at once. If I were you, I know you were asking. I don't know if you're asking about a hotel card. Yeah, I think you were asking about the Marriott or. So in your case, Marriott, IHG. I mean, I would probably go with Marriott over IHG. Yeah, that's tough. That's actually really tough. The Marriott points are worth more than the IHG points. So that's why I said Marriott. But IHG, they do have their point breaks, so they will have their little deals. I think they do it twice per year. They might even do it more than that. But with those deals, you can make out and get some pretty good value. But you have to go through those point break deals. If you can't do that, then it's not, the value is not the same, and the properties aren't the same as far as comparing Marriott to IHG properties. Marriott's far better when it comes to their property. Okay, Nate Jess, I really want the Hyatt card, but we're doing a refinance, and we have to hold off on the new cards. Yeah, Hyatt card is good. It's a good card to get, but it is one of those cards you can hold off on it, especially if you already have you have Chase cards already. You can really utilize. You're not getting that many benefits when it comes to the Hyatt card, other than you get the 9 points for every dollar spent, so that's good. But if you want to stay at a Hyatt, you can still transfer points over to Hyatt and stay at a Hyatt. So you still have an option to stay at Hyatt if you want. You get the free night, so that's the only real benefit. And then if you use the card, put 15,000 on the card per year, then you'll get that additional night, which is nice. The only gripe that I have with these free nights is they're not at every hotel. So you don't know what hotels they're at. You have to kind of look on the website and you'll see it'll say free hotel stay available. They're not as easy as you might think to use, and I've found that out firsthand. So just be aware of that. Okay. Let's see here. Guys, if you guys are in here and you haven't done so, please hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, I'll give you a shout out right now because I'll be able to see it. And I don't know, I'm so excited about being able to see subscribers. One other thing too I want to talk about now, I think is a good time to talk about it. I have a goal. Okay, I have a goal. I want to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of December. Okay. Actually, December 28th is my birthday. So let's make it for my birthday, hit 10,000 subscribers. So I have some work to do. And I know there are a lot of people that come on and they see what I'm putting out, and they might not have subscribed. Please do so. Subscribe to the channel, and so we can hit this 10,000. 10,000 subscribers, just so you guys know how YouTube works. With 10,000 subscribers, they open up more things for you as far as like merchandise. You can sell merchandise, which I'm not too big about doing, but they open up in certain areas. Like I live near Los Angeles. They have a YouTube space, okay? And what a YouTube space is basically it will allow you to do collabs, like, or not even really do collab. Pretty much they have space for you. So it's a studio. It's a video studio. So you can go there and shoot your videos. So, and they give you more training and stuff like that. So they really invest in people who have hit that 10,000 point mark. I'm really trying to grow the channel, and I'm making a commitment right now to really do a good job about putting out this information for you guys and all that. So part of that is hitting that 10,000. So that's why I really want to get there as soon as possible. And right now I'm on track to hit about 8,500 by the end of the year. So with just a little bit of, a little bit of help, I for sure should be able to hit that 10,000 by the end of the year. So anyway, that being said, if you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. And if you know people who would be interested in content that I'm putting out, please have them stop by and subscribe to the channel so we can get there. We can get to that 10,000 by December 28th, by my birthday. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on here. And let's see. So yeah, Gabe, I think you're on the right track. You're getting the right cars. I think you've done your research, so that's good. But I would slow down. Plus, the credit card companies are looking at it. So if you're applying for a lot of credit at one time, they're going to be looking at it and say, okay, well, what's going on here? You've gotten too many promotions. I know Amex will do that, where if you get too many promotions in a certain period of time, then they'll just shut you down. They won't let you get any new cards. So that's something to think about. And then obviously we know with Chase, they have that whole 524 rule. So that's always at play as well. So just stuff to keep in mind. I mean, you don't want to be in that point where you start getting declined for cards and stuff. Okay, Nick, what are some cards that have price protection since Citi pulled price rewind from their cards? Well, pretty much the other two. I'll speak on Chase because I have Chase cards, the majority of my cards. The cards that I have, they all have price protection, or purchase protection, and the warranty protection. Okay, so, and I had the World of Hyatt card. I just filed a claim, or I filed a claim with them last month. I actually need to send in all my paperwork. I just finally got my computer back. I broke the screen on the computer. Really, I just bought this gaming computer like 4 months ago, and I broke the screen. Basically, I just lifted the laptop up by the top part of it, so the screen part, and I just had my thumb on it, just pulled it up, and all I heard was a crack, and then I just saw the screen flickering, and then it just went out. So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just got this thing. And so then I called to try to find out how much it was going to be, and they were telling me it's like $300. And I'm thinking, wow, I paid $900 for the laptop. Now I had to put another $300 in there just for him to replace the screen. So I was pretty depressed about it. But then I started thinking, you know what? I have purchase protection. And so I checked, and sure enough, yeah, I had the purchase protection. I had up to 120 days to file a claim. And then once you file the claim, then they give you additional 120 days to send in your paperwork. And so what I did is I filed the claim, and I went ahead and got it fixed because I wanted to use it. So I'm still kind of gambling with that. I went ahead and got it fixed. Now I'm sending all the information to them, and then hopefully they'll credit my account. I made sure I used the same credit card to get it fixed, to pay for it to get fixed. So hopefully that'll work out. I will let you guys know. I just got back from a trip and kind of been doing other things, so I haven't really sat down to send all the paperwork in. But they don't ask for much. They just want to know how much it's going to cost, so like a quote or the actual receipt of how much you paid to get it fixed, and then just some other basic information that they wanted. Nothing serious. So I'll go ahead and send that in. Okay. So, so to answer your question, when it comes to Chase, pretty much all the Chase cards that I have. So Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Sapphire Reserve, the World of Hyatt card. That's the one that I used for my laptop. Um, and the world, and I think some of them have different amounts. Okay, so the World of Hyatt it's $500. The Chase Sapphire Reserve is higher, but I can't remember exactly how much it is. I think it's higher actually. I can't remember exactly how much it is. So it just depends on what card you have, how much how much how much they're gonna give you as far as credit or replacement. So yeah, but most of them have it. So that's a real good like hidden secret where these cards, these credit cards, they do have this purchase protection. So it gives you a little bit more insurance. Like you feel, I feel a little better when I purchase something with a credit card now because I know they have the purchase protection. Plus they have that warranty, so they'll extend that warranty an extra year. So that's nice as well. Okay. Richard, what's going on? Hey, Flashpoint Capital, how would you rate the 50,000 or 5,000 room? Is it trashy? That's Richard asking Flashpoint that. Hyatt is good. I'm telling you, they don't have trashy rooms. Their hotels are always clean. The beds are comfortable, and they have free breakfast. A Hyatt place. I mean, it's a pretty good setup. Okay, Gabe, I like the idea of having all the major chain cards. After 524, I'll go to Amex or uh, Amex for Hilton and maybe Marriott. Yeah, Gabe, that's great. And having a diverse portfolio of credit cards is good. I agree with you. I'm just saying, don't do it all in the same year. Like, slow down a little bit and kind of work your way through it. Don't hoard, and I'm not a big fan of like getting a bunch of points and then saying, okay, I'm going to use them for here, here, here. I like kind of that slow game of getting some points, finding a place to travel to, using some of those points, and then kind of work other cards in at the same time. So don't get a bunch of cards and say, okay, now I have 400,000 points. Now I'm going to use those points, as opposed to I have 100,000 points and I'll use 70,000 and I'm still getting cards that are coming in at the same time to re-up or to fill in that gap. So that's just how I work. I want to use the points when I get them. I don't want to hold on to them too long if I can avoid doing that. Or should I say that right? If I can use the points, I want to use them and not try to hoard them and hold on to them because points do devalue. So you might have certain situations where your points are going to lose value. So you could have taken a trip and used more or used less points, and then a few months later you find out, oh, they're going to devalue. So now I can't use them the same way. I can use them, but I won't get as much value. Okay, Flashpoint Capital. Hyatt Place was solid for it being a spontaneous trip and a short stay. It came with free breakfast. Yeah, so that's Flashpoint saying that. Um, yeah, they're good. The properties are good. I don't have any problem with them. Let's see. It was quality breakfast. Also, my room was a double bed with a sofa pull-out bed, so it was spacious and it was actually a nice stay. Yeah, that is a good thing about the Hyatt Place. They always have that pull-out couch, and they have two separate little areas. So you have your little area where you can sleep, and then you have your area where you can kind of sit and watch TV. You can watch TV from the bed too, because I think not all of them have two TVs. Like the last one that I just stayed in, it had two TVs, but I got upgraded to a larger room. Um, but and that one it had it separate, so you had one TV in the sitting area and then a TV by the bed. But usually they'll have at least one TV, or most hotel rooms have one TV. I don't know what I'm saying, but they'll have a TV, and if it doesn't, they'll have it swivel so it can swivel back from the bed to the sitting area. But they always have that sitting area. So if you have more than just, let's say you have two couples and you guys want to stay there, that's fine. Even if you only have one king bed, you can pull out the other bed. So you can fit up to what, 6 people, I guess, if you had couples, 3 couples, have 2 queen beds and then the pull out couch. So All right, and fridge. I'll have a fridge in there usually. Microwaves, not in all of them. Some of them will have a microwave. This last one I stayed in didn't have a microwave, so yeah. One thing they don't do like, well, it's kind of hit or miss. Some of them will bring food up to your room, like you can order room service and they'll bring it up to you. Their setup is not designed like that. Their setup is they have a place like a galley where you can go get food, but you have to go down, pick it up, and then you can bring it back up to your room if you want. So they don't really do that a lot where they'll bring food to your room. Some places that I've stayed in, they will bring the food up. When I was in Thailand, I stayed at a high place. They brought the food up to you. But I've stayed at some in the U.S. and they don't bring the food up to you. Or if they bring it up to you, they're doing it as a courtesy. It's not like their normal thing. So beware of that as well. Okay, let's see. TC, I didn't pay any taxes or fees. Cool, Flashpoint. And that stayed at the high place. Yeah, you got away good. And the funny thing is, like I said, when I stayed at that Grand Hyatt, didn't pay a dime. So that was 25,000 points. So I used 25,000 points to stay that night. Got upgraded to. I have to do that video too. I need to pull that video out. I want to do a kind of a walkthrough of that for YouTube. So I'll put that video out. I need to get that together. But didn't pay a dime. Got my bill at the end of the trip, $0. I loved it, and their parking was free, and they could make a killing. That parking lot was huge. They could make a killing on their parking. I need to be quiet about that because they're probably gonna do it. I mean, it's crazy because the parking that I had at this, maybe that's what it was, the limited parking. So that's why they charge so much. I don't know, but they didn't have very much parking at the Hyatt place in Anaheim. Okay, Godbody, what's going on? Amex Aspire card is hands down the best hotel card with regards to status, perks, and ability to make annual fee. Yes, I would agree. I would agree with you. Now, I don't know. I think they might be affected by the uh, the credits. They might be affected by those. What am I thinking? The incidental credits using that hack. So they might be affected by that. I think they are. But it is still a very good card when it comes to especially the elite status. The fact that you get elite diamond status is pretty good. Pretty good. It's good. So I will admit that that is a good card. And when hotels, yeah, I would say it's the best card out there. I would say World of Hyatt is second, but I would say that that's the best card. Now, the only problem with that card, you get the sign-up bonus, and they really push the sign-up. 100,000 sign-up bonus or 150,000 sign-up bonus. It looks really good, but you're not getting that many nights. What is it, like max maybe 5 nights out of that card? So that's something to think about as well. But it's still, yeah, it's a great card. Okay, Flashpoint Capital, I checked out and they said, okay, yeah, you're good. You paid with points. Yep. It's a good feeling when you're walking out of a place and you don't have to pay a dime. And I don't even check out anymore. I just leave. I just leave. I have everything on my phone now, so and like some hotels, they will slide that under your door, slide the price and everything. So I just leave. There's no real, like I know how much it is. I just walk out, and you can do the checkout on your phone now. So I didn't even do that this last time. I just left, but you can do the checkout on your phone and the check-in on your phone with Hyatt, which is pretty neat. You can just check in on your phone. You still have to go to the front desk, but they at least know that you're well, they should know that you're coming anyway, but when you check in, you put a time so you can tell them. And I always put the time before my actual check-in. So if my check-in is at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m., I always put, like this last time I put check-in at, that I'll be arriving at 12 noon. And every time that I've done that, because what they do is you check in and then they will send you a notification saying your room is ready. So I always put that I'm arriving at like 12, and then they'll send me your room is ready before that regular check-in time. And this time, yeah, they sent it was like 11:30. So I was able just to go in and check in. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get through these questions here. Okay, we can skip that. Okay, so Casey saying, I would think that the Aspire card is great, but the credits suck on it. Okay. And yeah, like I said, I think they will be affected by that incidental credit if people were using it that way. They have some good benefits on that card. I do like the card. It's a $450 annual fee card. It does bump up against some of the other benefits that you'll get with other cards that are that top tier, that $450 range. So if you have a Chase Sapphire Reserve, some of those benefits are going to be, be the same. And now they're pulling back on the restaurant credit and things like that. So just things to think about. If you have a Chase Sapphire Reserve, you really don't have to worry about the restaurant credit because you still have it. So this card doesn't really affect you in that sense. But I'm telling you, I think American Express is doing something else they're going a different angle with that restaurant credit, and they might be partnering up with these different restaurants, and they might have their own restaurant credit somewhere, which would be. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting. I want to wait because I know they're. Usually, what American Express does is they'll do it with a promotion. So they'll put out some stuff, and then they'll have a promotion on top of that as far as earning. Kind of like the Amex Gold. The Amex Gold launch, they relaunched the card. It was 25,000 sign-up bonus, but then they had those promotions that you can get for 50,000. So I think American Express will have some type of promotion. Even though now you can still get that platinum for 100,000 on a promotion, I think they might just make that regular, like normal, for a month or two, where it's 100,000 across the board. You can get the card. So I'm gonna wait. I don't have to get it right now, so I'll wait and see what they do. But that's what I think. I think something like that's gonna happen. Now, if they do a restaurant credit with some other restaurants at different airports, it would be an amazing setup. Because now I have Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Amex Platinum, and pretty much a large portion of the a large portion of the airports that I go to, I'll be able to get a restaurant credit. So that would be really nice. Okay. So Casey's saying airline credit is strict. Resort credit is forcing yourself to stay at an expensive resort on cash. So that's, I don't know if you're talking about the Aspire card. Let's see. Here, I missed one here. God boy, over just 3 stays this year, I saved around $1,700 with upgrades, early check-in, free breakfast to include family staying in my room. Okay, so you guys are having a discussion about that whole Aspire card. The free night and diamond status is the only real perk. That's what Casey's saying. Okay. Any questions specifically for me, just let me know by putting that TEC. And this is a perfect time for you guys to hit the like button if you have not done so we can bring some more people in the conversation. As well as please subscribe to the channel so we can hit 10,000 by the end of the year. That is the goal, so please do so. It looks like we have 5 new subscribers. No, more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 subscribers today. So great. I appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel. And I will be here every week, Saturday, Monday live streams, and then we'll be putting out videos. Every day there's going to be a new video from me. So it'll either be a live stream or it'll be a video. So tomorrow we'll have another live stream. And then Tuesday, I have another live stream. Actually, I have another interview. I should have mentioned that. I have not mentioned that today. But I have another interview. It's going to be with Dwayne from How to Build Credit TV. And he's going to be talking to you guys about how he got started. And then he's going to talk a little bit about how you can build your credit. A lot of people are interested in travel credit cards, but they might think, oh, you know what, my credit's not good right now. How do I get my credit better? So this is the perfect person for that. So he'll be on, I believe we said, I think we said it was 6:30. I need to check the schedule. Bad on me. I'll find out, and then tomorrow I'm going to promote it more anyway. But I believe we said 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. But we'll see. I'll like I said, I'll check. But yeah, so he'll be able to talk to you guys about how to build credit. He has a YouTube channel. His channel is very, very good. And he does live streams. Actually, he does live streams on Monday, so he'll be doing a live stream tomorrow. But really, really nice guy. I talked with him for a little bit, and he's really solid when it comes to how to build your credit, and talks a little bit about travel credit cards. So we will talk a little bit about that as well. We'll open it up for you guys if you have questions and things like that. But really, he can really give a lot of information, and that's what I want to do. I want to bring a lot of new, people in with new ideas and experiences, so we can make this channel more well-rounded. So you're not just hearing from me and just hearing my stories. You're hearing from other people too, other YouTubers that are doing the same thing. So, all right, let's go ahead and move forward here. But the main thing is tomorrow you got to check in. Flashpoint, he'll be here, and we will be talking about how he got started and how he uses his points. Okay, let's see. So Flashpoint's asking a question right now. Do you see yourself venturing over to Amex at all, maybe, or Delta cards? Yes, I will. I will definitely get the Amex Platinum and the Amex Gold. Those are the two cards that I want the most. But I'm holding out. I'm holding out for their promotion. Their revamp. There's something going on. I know it. I just know it. So we'll wait a little bit, and then we'll get those cards. I've pretty much I'm done with Chase. I mean, not when I say done with them, I'm happy with them. But when it comes to the cards that I have right now, I'm in a good place. Like I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I have all the Ink cards, and I have the United card, the United Business Plus card. So that rounds me out. The only other card that I'm looking at getting is a Chase Freedom card, and that's it. I have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, so I'll probably downgrade that card to. I don't want to downgrade it to the Chase. Well, I want to get the Chase Freedom card on its own. That way I get the sign-up bonus there, and then downgrade the Chase Sapphire Preferred to the Unlimited card because I don't qualify for. I don't know if I qualify or not. See, that's kind of tricky because I can go ahead and jump and get the Chase Ink Unlimited, get that as a new card, a new account, and then get that 3% across the board for the first year. Or I can go with the Chase Freedom card, which I like the 5-point categories. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But I'll get one of those two. Whatever one I don't get, then I'll downgrade the Chase Sapphire Preferred to that. But I'm pretty much set. Like I don't really. Other than a Freedom card, that's the only card that I need to get or that I would want to get at this point. So, yeah, that is all. Let's see here. What else do we have, guys? But no, I'm not opposed to getting the any Amex cards. I definitely am. Definitely gonna get in those. Okay, I lost my place here. Things are moving too fast. Let's see, move down here. Okay, Godbody saying Flashpoint Capital is lovely. All right, I don't know what that means. Godbody. I hope Godbody is a lady. Well, maybe she's not. There's nothing wrong with that. It might make Flashpoint a little uncomfortable. Let's see here. Godbody, I have the Ascend card right now, but I may apply for all three. Okay, so you guys are talking back and forth. I'll go ahead and move forward. Yeah, so that was earlier. Okay, so Casey's saying even if the Venture card earns 2 times, the only transfer at 2.1.5 or 2 for 1.5. Yes, you're right for most airlines. So yes, you're earning. In essence, you're getting 1.5 points for every dollar spent. If you look at it that way, yes, you're not getting the 2 points for every dollar spent with the Venture card. I would agree. Now, I like the Venture card for beginners, and there are a few different reasons why. You get that global entry credit, so that's an amazing credit to get for a $95 annual fee card, and they waive that $95 for the first year, so that makes it even better. So you can get that $100 credit, and for that first year, you get that $100 credit, and you don't have to pay anything on that card, on the annual fee on that card, which is unheard of when it comes to cards. They usually will not give you that TSA global entry credit unless you're doing the higher end cards, or if you're doing some of the credit unions like the Navy Federal, I think, gives you that TSA pre-check credit. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move forward here. But yeah, you're right, Casey. It's really 1.5, but it's a good card for beginners, like I said, because of the global entry, and it's easy to use. You don't have to think too much. You just get the card, use it. You have transfer partners, so you can use those as well. You have the eraser tool, so if you find a deal that you, or something that, yeah, if you find a deal and you can't use points to get it, then you can go ahead and book it and use the eraser tool, so that's good. You're not going to get the best value, but it still works. I'm about an hour behind. All right, yeah, I do need to work on that, getting faster with answering questions and not rambling too much. Let's see, Carlos, what's going on? Can you talk about using AA points on British Airways to book tickets from U.S. to Central and South America, if the scenario is possible? You know what? You're gonna have to check. I don't offhand. If you're booking it through American Airlines, you're saying using AA points on British Airways to book tickets. So there are different ways you can go about it. Like if you have the Ultimate Reward program, and you're saying using AA points, so you would be booking on American Airlines to fly to. If you want to fly to South America or Central America, you're probably, if you have AA points, if you put in the information through American Airlines, they're going to spit out the different partners that can get you there, right? So it's probably not going to be British Airways. I don't think British Airways flies out there. So I know you try to get better value with British Airways. I think that's why you're saying that. But you also have Avianca. Avianca is, you can get some pretty good value with them. They are not partners with American Airlines, but if you have, like, I don't know what cards you have, Carlos, but if you have like the Ultimate Reward program, you can find a way to transfer to Avianca. But Avianca, the life miles, they're pretty good. You can work with them. I don't know the exact. I haven't done it that way. Usually, I just book through United, and United will give me options. It will be either Avianca or Copa. Those are the two that usually fly to South America, Central America. So the best way to go about it, awardhacker.com. Go on awardhacker.com, type in where you want to, where you're coming from and where you want to go, and they'll give you some different ideas of what programs, point programs will allow you to fly to those different destinations and how many points you might have to use. And then from there, then you can go on and you can say, okay, how do I get my points to, if it's British Airways, how do I get my points to British Airways? How do I get my points to Avianca? How do I get my points? So then that's how you can work that out. But awardhacker.com is a great site to go to, and they will open up all those different possibilities for you. Giovanni, what's going on? And thank you again for subscribing, buddy. Thank you for the great content. I appreciate being here, helping you guys out. This is gonna sound weird, but it's true. Like I was bummed yesterday because I could not do a live stream. And the whole plan was, okay, well, I'm going to be going to some kind of activities that they're going to be doing later on at VidCon, and they didn't really have anything I wanted to go to. They had a keynote. The keynote, I didn't make it to the keynote, and then they had like a little kind of a mixer at the end where it was only going to be for a couple of hours, but wasn't really feeling it that much. I didn't go. So I was in the hotel room at that time when I would normally do a live stream. And I wanted to get on live, but the internet just it wasn't good. I didn't want to attempt to get on there and just have it all. I knew it wasn't good because just loading web pages, it was taking forever. So, yeah, I kind of missed the fact that I did miss the fact that I couldn't jump on and do a live stream. Okay. David saying, TC, you're now currently 1 hour. Okay, all right. I'll speed up. Thank you, Timekeeper David. Giovanni's saying, is a Southwest card a good one? I think they're good cards, and if you can get them, I can't remember exactly the tandem that you need to get the companion pass, but they are good cards. Me personally, I don't like flying on Southwest. That's only because I can't pick my seat. I don't like that whole thing. So that's the only thing. But they are good cards, and their points do go they go far. So you're good with that. Carlos, I have 50,000 Chase points. I want to transfer to AA. Okay, yeah, so that's not going to work. You can transfer to British Airways. Maybe that's what you're asking. You can transfer to British Airways and um, find a way to fly on AA through that, but you can't transfer directly from Chase to American Airlines. So that's why I'm saying Award Hacker. Go on Award Hacker and find out what destination you want to travel to, and then you can work it that way. But you might have to fly on United. You might not be able to do that full transfer. But see, the thing is, Chase has a partnership with British Airways. British Airways has an alliance with American Airlines. So if you have points on British Airways, you can still fly on American Airlines. So that's kind of the workaround there. But you have to figure out if it makes sense. And British Airways, depending on where you're flying, they have taxes and fees that are a little more than normal. You'll find out if you fall in that category. One situation, I had to pay $600 for taxes and fees. It was a first class flight, but even the regular class flight, it was still a lot. I had a travel credit at the time, $300 travel credit from the Chase Sapphire Reserve, so I used part of that. I used that, the whole thing. And then the other part, I just paid the $300 out of the pocket because I wanted to fly in that first class. It was worth it, but still, just be aware of that. Okay, Flashpoint. AA is actually pretty difficult to transfer to. Some people transfer to British Airways to book AA flights. Yeah, so Flashpoint saying what I just said, which is great. We're on the same page. That's good. All right. Okay, let's move on. David, can I book a business ticket to El Salvador for 25,000 points one way? You're going to have to look. You're going to have to look on awardhacker.com or go on a website. So you have Chase, right? I think you had Chase points. Okay, so you have 50,000 Chase points. So my advice to you, Award Hacker's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to go on to United's website. Go on United's website, type in where you want to go, and instead of use cash, click the button that says use points, and then it will show you how many points that you're going to need. Just thinking offhand, I know El Salvador, I've gone to Colombia. I've never gone to El Salvador, but Colombia, and it's around that same, the same zone area. Let me come right back because I'm getting this phone call again. Let me come right back. All right. Sorry about this, guys. If it's family, I got to answer the phone. But other than that, I just let it go. Yeah. So anyway, when it comes down to it, the 50,000 points, get on United, put in all the information. It's probably going to be like 35,000 points to fly a business class seat. That's what it was for Colombia when I flew to Colombia. And I would think it's in that same zone, so it's probably going to be the same amount. So it's probably about 35,000. 20,000, I think it was to fly economy one way. So that's pretty much what you're looking at. But you can get on Award Hacker and put in that information, and you might be able to find a different way to transfer your points. And it will tell you, if you have Chase points, if you have the Ultimate Reward points, it's going to tell you, okay, you need to use those Ultimate Reward points, you need to transfer to whatever airline it is. It'll tell you where to go. But it's not always easy to, it doesn't always make sense. Just like Flashpoint was saying, to fly an American airline, you have to transfer your points to British Airways, and then from British Airways, book your flight and then fly on American Airline. So you have to kind of go roundabout. It's not going to make perfect sense to you when you're thinking, well, why do I have to do all that just to fly an American? Well, you have to do that because there's no partnership between the Ultimate Rewards program with Chase and American Airlines. So that's how you have to work it. I personally, I don't really look at it that. I can't see a reason why I would want to do that much to fly on American Airlines as opposed to just flying on United. That's just my opinion. I don't see the reason that I would want to work around it that much to fly on American Airlines. And if you're just looking to go to El Salvador, there are plenty of flights that go out there. And like I said, Copa and Avianca should fly there. But if you're going on United website, they're going to tell you who flies there. So, yeah, something to think about. Okay. Let's see. Gabe says, I got it when I had. Okay, so you know what? I need to start skimming through more. Because like David's saying, I am way behind. So let me skim through. If you guys have questions specifically for me, then I'll go ahead and answer. But I need to work on doing that because now I have more and more people that come in. And because of that, it does back up a lot more because I have more people putting questions out and stuff like that. Okay, so Giovanni's saying, how about the JetBlue credit with annual fee? The JetBlue card is a good card. I like that card. That's actually one of the cards that's on my list to get. I like flying on JetBlue, and I think the card gives you some really good benefits. Plus, I think you get like 50% off any purchase that you make with JetBlue. So if you buy the food or anything like that, which is really, I mean, when you think about it, let's say the food is, let's say it's $15, but let's say the food's $15. You use your JetBlue card, it's only $7. I don't know where you can go in the airport to get a sandwich or something like that for $7. Generally, it's, well, I guess $7 is. I've seen it more. It's usually like $8.99, $9 to get a sandwich in the airport. So it works out. It does work out. Okay, don't forget tomorrow's Amazon Prime Day. Yes, it is Prime Day, and I will be probably making some purchases tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Sugar Skull, what's going on, George? Didn't buy anything last year. I need a Bluetooth speaker. Okay, so you guys are talking about that. All right. Julio, what's going on? I stayed at the Hilton in Vancouver 5 nights using points, and they had really good breakfast. Cool. Let's see. How many points did you use, Julio? I'm just curious. Nate and Jess, in the past, we stayed at Embassy Suites, Niagara Falls, for our anniversary. God, I totally forgot about showing that thing. The complimentary upgrade. That's a sweet hotel. Okay, and I forgot. Oh, I get sidetracked. But I forgot to show you guys this an hour ago. Now it's not loading, so we're going to wait for it to load, and we'll show it. Okay. So, here's Jeremy's room here at the Niagara Falls. So let me open this up for you guys. All right. Good old Facebook. So here's this room here. It's 2 queen beds. So pretty nice setup. Nice big TV there on the wall. And look at his view from out of his window. That's pretty amazing. That is an amazing view. So just the amenities in the hotel. Pretty nice. And I just can't, the view is amazing. I would love to be there just for photography purposes, just to be able to sit out there and just take pictures, do some time lapse, and that's one place I haven't gone. I haven't been to Niagara Falls, so that would be nice. And look how they light it up at night. That's really cool. Nice stuff. Fireworks, cool. Yeah. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Oh, there's a close-up shot there. Um, so that, I mean, that's an amazing spot, amazing place, um, and that's a Marriott property there. So just wanted to show you guys that. Sorry I didn't show it earlier. I completely forgot about it. But let's go ahead and move forward. Yeah, I need to do a better job about my Q&A. I need to speed it up a little bit. Okay. Bart, what's going on? Amex business travel credit recently got shut down. Could be GC, Southwest, Delta. Good quality covered. Tons of videos. YT. Okay. I don't know if I'm understanding everything you're saying, Bart. Recently got shut down. Could buy gift cards. Southwest, Delta. Could qualify, not covering. Yeah, they're shutting that stuff down, man. The whole gift card stuff. So yeah, that's not uncommon. That is happening. Um, so it's unfortunate, but it is happening. But you need to get that when you get those cards. You need to have that in mind. Like if you're using hacks, they're probably going to get shut down at some point. So what are you going to do at that point? Are you going to keep the card or are you going to get something else? So okay, Life for Business TC. What do you think about having the Sapphire Reserve with the Amex Everyday Preferred instead of getting the Gold card? Uh, so that Everyday Preferred, to my knowledge, you can't do anything with that as far as transfer, right? You don't have a transfer partner. With the Amex Gold, you do. So that would be my only concern with the Everyday card. Now, I don't know much about the Amex, the lower level cards, so I personally, if you're thinking, and this is what you shouldn't be thinking. Like a lot of people think, oh, I want to save money on these annual fees, so I'm going to get a card that has no annual fee. So I'll complement that with getting a card that has a high annual fee, and don't really think too much about the annual fee as long as you can get the value out of that card. So what you need to look at, if you're looking at a card and you're thinking about, oh, I want to get this card, look at the benefits that card provides you. If that card provides you benefits that you can maximize and get that annual fee every year, then don't worry about the annual fee because you're going to get the value in that card. Okay, so I'm saying that because if you're thinking, oh, well, I don't want to get the Amex Gold because it's a $250 annual fee, and then get the Chase Sapphire Reserve because it's a $450 annual fee. If I can get $450 annual fee, that value with that Chase Sapphire Reserve, then it's fine for me to get that card, keep that card. If I can get that value with the Amex Gold, it's fine for me to get the card and keep the card. But you need to make sure you can get that value, okay? Because when you start jumping down to these cards that have zero annual fee, they're not going to be transfer friendly. You'd be better off in that case having the Chase Sapphire Reserve and getting like a Chase Freedom card or a Chase Freedom Unlimited card. At least you can use those points with the zero annual fee cards, or they're both zero annual fee. You can use those points with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, meaning I can transfer those points up to the Chase Sapphire Reserve and use them, as opposed to having an everyday card that's earning me cash back and then having the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And now there are two. You have Amex and you have Chase. So they're two different ecosystems, and you can't use those points. You can't transfer those points up. So just something to think about if you want to go that route. And I get it. Not everyone is comfortable paying $250 annual fee and not knowing, especially if you're just starting out. You're not going to know, like, well, am I going to be able to use all these benefits or not? So, and you don't really know what some of the benefits are worth. Like, you might have benefits you don't know. Like, I don't know if it's worth this much or what have you. So, just something to think about. If you want to try to do the zero annual fee card with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, go with one of the ones that's the cashback, the Freedom or the Freedom Unlimited, or the Chase Ink Cash card if you have a business, or Chase Ink Business Unlimited. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and move down. For a bladder comment, okay. All right. Deleted from the first chat message. All right, cool. Thank you, moderators, for taking care of that. Wow, is he still in here? I guess, all right. No need to be sorry, but thanks. It's a big deal. Just wanted to let you know. Welcome. I know. Okay. Let's see. I broke the new 4K monitor. Yeah, Sugar Skull. Did you do your claim yet? I submitted the claim. Cool, cool. Yeah, you got to do that. So, George was talking about this earlier a couple of days ago. He bought a, was it a TV? Oh, monitor. Okay, so a 4K monitor. He dropped it. I think he was trying to put it on the wall or something, and it broke. And so he put in a claim because he used a credit card to get it. So, I think he used a Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So yeah, that's. I mean, I'm telling you, that's one of the things I never even knew about prior to getting these travel credit cards, uh, and a lot of credit cards that you have that purchase protection. So that's a good deal that you can use that to to get a new monitor if you do something like that where you break it. And it's not a manufacturing warranty. It's not a warranty issue. It's basically your negligence, but you can put a claim in and get a new one. Okay. All right. So it looks like we got down to the bottom. Finally, Flashpoint Capital. I like the JetBlue card as well. Yeah, JetBlue's good. I like JetBlue. I like the service. I look at the service and then I determine if I want to get the card. And so the service or the ecosystem, I have to face it. Okay, United is not the best service. They don't provide the best service, in my opinion, when it comes to airline. But as far as legacy carriers go, they work with the ecosystem that I have, and it makes sense. It just makes sense for me to go that route, and so that's why I'm with United. But as far as service, I like JetBlue. So that's the reason why I jumped on JetBlue. I like their service. Well, I say I jumped. I haven't gotten their card yet, but that's why I like flying on JetBlue, and that's why I would jump on getting a card with JetBlue because of their service. And then you have to look at the card too. What is the card offering you? Does it offer you benefits that you can get value every year? And if it does, then yes, it does make sense to get the card. So just something to think about there. Baggage fees they're a problem for most of us, right? So we don't want to pay bags. So that's good that they give you the baggage fees. Good they give you priority boarding. So little things like that go a long way. And if you travel 3-4 times a year, you can easily get that baggage fee. You can easily, if you have a card with a $95 annual fee and you travel, let's say 4 times a year, and that baggage fee is 25 or $30, then you're easily getting it. You're getting that. Even if you travel 3 times a year and it's $30, that's $90 right there. And then you have the luxury of being able to get on the plane first. For me, I'd pay $5, $10 every flight just for that. Because that means something to me. So what is it? How do you value it? I value that a lot. Being able to get on the plane first. Oh right, let's see. Sugar Skull. Let's see. American Airlines has the best flight times. Wait, American Airlines has the best flight times to and from Colombia, hands down. Yeah, I haven't flown on American Airlines to go to Colombia, so I don't know the flight times. But I personally like doing the red eye flight. It works for me. And because some of my trips to Colombia I do the 5-day trip. And what I'll do is I have 3 days off already, so I'll take one additional day off and I'll do a red eye. So I'll fly out. Let's say I take Friday off, so that means I fly out Thursday night. So I can go to work Thursday, then fly out at like 9 p.m., do the red eye, and get there early in the morning. So Friday morning, get there early in the morning. Spend that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then if I want to take an additional day, I can Tuesday, and then fly back on Tuesday night. So that's kind of the way that I do it. Okay. Let's see. Julio, 160,000 points, 5 free nights. Wow. So it was 160,000. The room was running $528 Canadian, which is, wow, that's even more US. So 160,000 points, but that's what I'm saying. You have to be prepared to pay that. And if you have it on a card, so if you have it on, it was Hilton, right? So if you have it on a Hilton card, then that's one thing. But if you're transferring those points from American Express or something, that's a lot of points. I mean, 160,000, but that was for 5 nights too. So you got to think of it along those lines. So 5 nights, you're getting a lot of value out of that. But 160,000, that's a good business class, first class round trip ticket, pretty much anywhere in the world. 160,000. Okay, and Flashboy saying yes, the service is great. All right, let's see. Sugar Soul, yeah. Let's see. The night flights don't work with my schedule because I work mid shift. But American Airlines has early morning 5:30 a.m. 5:30 to 6 a.m. flight to Miami, early Miami flight to Columbia, super night. So you're flying the whole route on American. Yeah, I do see the American planes out there sometimes. American airline planes out there sometimes. And back to U.S. Columbia instead of super early in the morning flights. Okay. So yeah, it works for and that's another example of what we're talking about. Like, do what works for you. So you might have flights that work for you, and or you might have airlines that work for you. So that will kind of just determine how you want to fly and how you want to fly. God, it's getting late. I've been on here what? Oh God, it's 3 hours. All right, you gotta hurry up. Um, you have different airlines that you might want to fly on, and because you have those airlines you want to fly on, then that means when you look at the credit cards, you're looking at certain credit cards, certain ecosystems that will fit that airline that you want to fly on. Now that might change in the future. So if it changes, that's fine. You can still move on to different credit cards. But if you have a certain way of doing things, like George Sugar Skull is basically saying that he likes flying on American, it fits with his schedule. They fly, so he works midday, so that he's able to fly on American Airlines. It just works better for him to maximize the time that he spends in Colombia. Well, then you get an ecosystem that surrounds that airline. You might want to get that airline branded credit card. You might want to get some other cards where you can transfer your points directly over to American Airlines. Actually, is there? I think Citi is the only one that works with them. Works with them right now. So that's how you decide how you get different credit cards. So his credit cards are probably going to be different than some others, and he might think, okay, these cards are better for me, and these cards are my top cards, or these cards are the top cards because they work for my ecosystem and how I fly. So, all right, guys, we are going to go for tonight, and I didn't plan on being on here so long, but I think we got some pretty good information out there. Timestamps, there will be timestamps to all the important elements. I will put some timestamps on there, probably 5 or 6. I don't want to put too many on there because it just gets overwhelming. But we'll have timestamps, so you'll be able to check. Just go right to whatever section. I appreciate everybody stopping by. I appreciate everybody participating. And let me give shout outs to my subscribers: Giovanni, Gavin, Gabe, Israel, Jacqueline, Stephanie, and Nursing in Texas. Thank you guys all for subscribing to the channel. And we're really on the right track. I think I'm putting out content that you guys like, and that's good. And if you guys have any pointers, any advice, feel free to let me know. You can let me know in the comments section. You can also join our WhatsApp group, join our Facebook group, and let me know there. WhatsApp is probably the best place to talk to me. If you have a question you want it answered relatively quickly, the WhatsApp group is the perfect place for that. Facebook, I check Facebook every couple of days. I don't check it every day, so just be aware of that. But WhatsApp, I'm always on WhatsApp. So if you're on there, then we'll be able to communicate through there. All right, guys. I think that's it. Yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. And thank you guys for stopping by. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye. And yeah, tomorrow, before I go, check in tomorrow. We're going to have our live stream going on. We're going to have Flashpoint Capital. So Jason's going to be on, and he'll be talking about his channel. And then we'll be answering more questions about travel credit cards. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.